Peace. A word that sounds so simple, yet feels so distant for many of us. You've tried everything, new routines, self-help books, maybe even some meditation apps, and still, something feels unsettled, like an itch you just can't reach. It's frustrating, isn't it? We crave inner calm, the kind that makes life feel lighter, but instead, we find ourselves overwhelmed by stress, comparison, and endless distractions. Life keeps coming at us. Unexpected events, difficult people, disappointments. Sometimes it feels like the harder you try to keep things under control, the more life slips through your fingers. So you wonder, what am I missing? Why does peace seem so unreachable? You are not alone in that struggle. Many people walk this earth searching for tranquility, never realizing that peace isn't found by controlling the outside world. It's discovered by mastering the mind within. For centuries, some of the greatest thinkers, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, have been whispering solutions through the ages. These ancient philosophers lived in times far harder than ours, yet they found ways to remain calm, steady, and at ease, even in the worst storms. The wisdom they shared is not just for monks on mountaintops or scholars locked away in libraries. It's for people like you, those who want to live without constant anxiety, without feeling burdened by the weight of the world. Think about it. What if peace isn't about avoiding challenges, but learning how to move through them without being shaken? What if it's possible to be calm, not only when life is smooth, but even when everything feels out of control? That's the magic of these ancient teachings. They don't rely on luck or perfect circumstances. They teach you how to build unshakable peace from the inside, no matter what's happening around you. The truth is, much of our suffering comes from wanting things to be different than they are, from clinging to people, outcomes, or possessions. We hold on so tightly, hoping that life will bend to our expectations. But when things don't go our way, frustration follows. It's exhausting to keep chasing control, isn't it? And here's the thing, the more we resist, the more we suffer. There is another way, a way that leads to freedom, even when life feels unfair. A way to stop reacting to every little inconvenience and start responding with strength and calmness. It's a path that teaches you to let go of what you can't change and embrace what you can. This way of life may seem unfamiliar at first, but once you learn it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. At the heart of these teachings lies one simple truth: peace comes from within. You cannot find it in new jobs, relationships, or material things. No vacation or weekend getaway can deliver it to you. That's why people with every luxury in the world still feel restless, while others with far less carry a quiet calm wherever they go. Inner peace isn't something you chase, it's something you practice. When you stop depending on circumstances to align perfectly, you become free. When you no longer need others' approval to feel good about yourself, life starts to flow. It's not about ignoring challenges, but meeting them with grace. It's not about avoiding emotions, but learning not to be ruled by them. And the best part? This kind of peace isn't reserved for a select few. Anyone can cultivate it, no matter where they are in life right now. We often believe peace will come once we fix everything, when the bills are paid, the relationships are perfect, and the to-do list is finally empty. But life doesn't work that way, does it? There will always be something unresolved, another challenge around the corner. Waiting for life to settle down before finding peace is like waiting for the ocean to stop having waves. The secret lies in learning how to stand firm, even as the waves crash around you. The good news is, the path to peace isn't complicated. It doesn't require hours of meditation or a complete life overhaul. It begins with small, intentional changes, changing the way you think, the way you respond to setbacks, and the way you let go of things beyond your control. It's about adopting timeless principles that guide your mind to a place of stillness, even when life is anything but still. These principles encourage you to detach from things you once thought were essential: recognition from others, perfect outcomes, or flawless success. Instead, they shift your focus inward, helping you realize that your peace is not tied to what happens to you, but to how you interpret and respond to those events. They teach you that failure is just feedback, not a reflection of your worth. That criticism from others belongs to them, not you. And that contentment comes not from having more, but from appreciating what you already have. In this journey toward peace, patience becomes your ally. You learn that not every battle needs to be fought, not every opinion deserves your energy, and not every fleeting emotion needs to dictate your day. Through these teachings, you begin to understand that some things are simply not worth your attention, and that's liberating. The world may remain chaotic, but you don't have to be. This journey also shows you how to welcome silence. In a world that moves fast and demands constant noise, silence becomes your sanctuary. It's in those quiet moments that your mind rests, reflects, and resets. Learning to sit with silence, even for a few minutes a day, becomes an act of rebellion against the overstimulation of modern life. It's a reminder that peace is not about doing more, but about being more present. There's a quiet power in embracing this way of life. You stop fighting battles that aren't yours to fight. You stop measuring your worth through other people's opinions. And most importantly, you stop letting the uncontrollable events of life steal your calm. You realize that peace doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you've made peace with imperfection. As you walk this path, there will be moments when the old ways call you back, when you feel tempted to control everything, react in anger, or seek approval. But each time you choose the principles that lead to peace, you take a step closer to freedom, and before you know it, these practices become second nature. You begin to feel lighter, more grounded, and less burdened by the things that used to weigh you down. You'll find that peace isn't a place you arrive at, it's a way you live each day. It's the way you handle your thoughts when things don't go your way. It's the way you respond when people disappoint you. It's the way you stay present, even when uncertainty lingers. And as you continue to walk this path, peace becomes not just something you experience occasionally, but a steady presence in your life. This is not an overnight transformation. It's a process, a lifelong journey of letting go, shifting perspectives, and finding strength within. But every step you take brings you closer to that calm center within yourself. And that center, it's always been there, waiting for you to discover it. Are you ready to let go of what's holding you back? Are you ready to stop chasing peace and start cultivating it within yourself? If so, the principles ahead will show you the way. They will challenge you, inspire you, and transform how you see yourself and the world around you. And in the end, they will lead you to the peace that you've been searching for all along. Let's begin. Let's take a deep breath. What follows will change the way you handle life's storms. You are about to explore timeless lessons that can transform your mind into a place of stillness. These principles have withstood the test of centuries, offering guidance to those seeking clarity amid chaos. This is not just theory, it's a call to action, a blueprint for living with calm, no matter what life throws at you. Prepare yourself. Every insight that follows carries the power to shift your perspective and anchor your mind. The peace you've longed for begins here. Control is the root of freedom. Life is unpredictable, and peace begins when you master the art of focusing only on what is within your control. External events are like the wind. No amount of effort will stop them from coming. But your response, that's where your strength lies. every time you choose calm over panic, you regain power. Learning to let go of things beyond your influence doesn't mean giving up. It means reclaiming the energy wasted on what you cannot change. The present moment is the only place where peace resides. Most of our mental unrest comes from regrets over the past or worries about the future. The mind wanders, but the soul finds calm when it stays in the now. Whether you are sitting in silence or walking down a busy street, your attention belongs here. Train yourself to stay present and notice how much lighter life feels when you stop carrying the burdens of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow. Discomfort has hidden gifts. We often avoid discomfort, thinking it disrupts peace, but small acts of voluntary discomfort strengthen the mind. Taking cold showers or fasting occasionally teaches resilience. You prove to yourself that you can endure and adapt. The mind becomes sharper and less dependent on comfort when you practice thriving under minor inconveniences. Discomfort reminds you that growth often lies just beyond ease. Impermanence is life's silent teacher. Nothing stays the same. Joy fades, but so does sorrow. Accepting this truth allows peace to flow naturally through you. Clinging to moments, whether good or bad, leads to suffering. The more you embrace life's temporary nature, the freer you become. Learn to ride the waves instead of holding them still, and you'll find the ocean of your life much easier to navigate. Your thoughts are the architects of your inner world. What you allow to settle in your mind shapes your experience of life. Choose carefully. Not every passing thought deserves attention. If left unchecked, negative thoughts fester and grow, crowding out peace. When you practice cultivating thoughts of gratitude, perspective, and calm, your mind transforms from a battlefield into a sanctuary. Purpose gives structure to peace. A life lived without intention drifts, tossed by circumstances. When you live with purpose, peace follows, because you are no longer pulled in every direction. Purpose is not about grand achievements. It can be as simple as showing kindness or giving your best effort each day. With purpose, you rise above distractions and find stability in your actions. Detachment is freedom. Much of life's unrest comes from attaching ourselves to outcomes or things we believe we must have. But the more you grip, the more you suffer. When you let go of the need for things to turn out a certain way, life becomes lighter. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means releasing the emotional weight that expectations place on your mind. Gratitude shifts your inner world. It changes how you experience even the simplest moments. When you pause to appreciate what you already have, you invite peace into your heart. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties. It makes them more manageable by grounding you in what is good. No matter how small, every act of gratitude builds a foundation for resilience, allowing you to weather storms with a steady heart. Simplicity is the path to mental clarity. Life grows heavy when cluttered with too many desires, responsibilities, and distractions. Peace isn't found in doing more, but in needing less. Simplifying your thoughts, surroundings, and commitments creates space for calm to flourish. When your life is free from excess, you find it easier to focus on what truly matters, and that focus brings peace. Silence holds wisdom. In a world filled with noise, the ability to embrace quiet moments becomes a superpower. Silence gives your mind a chance to process, reflect, and reset. It offers clarity that words often cannot. Learning to sit with silence helps you avoid impulsive reactions and teaches you how to respond with thoughtfulness. The more comfortable you are with silence, the more peace you'll carry within you. Peace grows through acceptance. Resisting reality creates tension and stress, but acceptance softens the mind. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything that happens. It means recognizing life as it is, without wishing it were different. Acceptance frees you from unnecessary battles. It allows you to focus on what you can change and surrender what you cannot, creating space for calm to take root. Emotions are visitors, not residents. Anger, fear, and sadness will come, but they don't have to stay. When you observe emotions without judgment, you prevent them from controlling you. Naming what you feel gives you power over it. Instead of becoming anger or fear, you see it as a passing state, one that will eventually fade. This awareness brings peace by reminding you that you are not defined by what you feel in any given moment. Patience is an anchor in a fast-paced world. We often rush through life, hoping peace lies just around the corner. But peace is found when we slow down. Patience teaches us that everything unfolds in its own time. Waiting without frustration strengthens the mind, making it more resilient. Peace arrives when you no longer need things to happen on your schedule, but trust they will happen when they should. Humility creates space for peace to enter. Ego demands attention, recognition, and validation, but humility sets you free from these cravings. When you release the need to prove yourself, you discover how light life feels. Humility opens your heart to learning, growth, and connection. It allows you to live authentically, free from the burden of trying to meet others' expectations. Adversity is a mirror, showing us who we truly are. Life will challenge you, but peace comes when you use those challenges as opportunities to grow. Adversity reveals your inner strength and gives you the chance to develop qualities like patience, courage, and resilience. Every difficulty becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block, when you approach it with the right mindset. True strength lies in your ability to respond rather than react. Reactions are quick and often fueled by emotion. Responses are deliberate and thoughtful. The pause between stimulus and action holds the key to peace. Developing this pause allows you to navigate conflicts and challenges without being overwhelmed by them. With practice, you become the master of your emotions, not their servant. Routine provides stability in a chaotic world. When you create a structure for your day, you reduce mental clutter. Routine acts as a grounding force, giving your mind the stability it craves. It doesn't have to be complicated. A simple morning or evening ritual is enough to anchor you. These small, consistent practices accumulate into a profound sense of peace over time. Service to others opens the door to inner calm. When you focus outward, helping those around you, your personal worries diminish. Acts of kindness shift your perspective and connect you with a deeper sense of purpose. Peace grows when you realize that life is not just about what you receive, but about what you give. Nature offers peace that words cannot. Spending time outdoors reconnects you with the rhythm of life. The stillness of a forest or the sound of waves can soothe even the most restless mind. Nature reminds you that life flows in cycles, that everything has its season. This perspective helps you accept the ebbs and flows of your own life with greater ease. Contentment is the quiet joy of enough. In a world that constantly urges you to chase more, contentment teaches you to pause and appreciate what you already have. It doesn't mean settling, it means recognizing that peace isn't found in the next achievement, but in appreciating the present moment fully. In every interaction, seek understanding over judgment. People will frustrate you, but judgment clouds your mind. When you approach others with curiosity instead of criticism, you create space for connection. Understanding dissolves conflict and opens the door to peace. It reminds you that everyone is doing their best with the tools they have. Each moment is an opportunity to practice. Peace is not a destination, but a daily choice. Life will continue to test you, but every challenge is a chance to reinforce these principles. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature. You learn to navigate life with grace, unburdened by the chaos around you. The path to peace isn't linear. There will be days when you stumble, when old habits creep back in. But peace is found in persistence, in returning to these principles again and again. Every small effort counts. Each time you choose calm, each time you let go of what doesn't serve you, you move closer to the steady, unshakable peace that these teachings offer. And that is a peace worth pursuing. The pursuit of peace is not a sprint. It's a lifetime journey, unfolding in layers. As you walk further along this path, a deeper truth becomes clear. It's not just about mastering techniques or following routines, but embracing certain core ideas that reshape the way you experience life. These truths act as pillars, steadying your mind and giving it the foundation it needs to remain calm, no matter how turbulent the world becomes. Some truths are easy to accept, while others demand profound shifts in your thinking. But every step toward accepting them brings a little more peace, a little more clarity, and a deeper sense of freedom. Everything in life is temporary, and there is no peace without accepting this. Joy and sorrow alike come and go, and when you understand this truth, you stop clinging to what's good and fearing what's bad. Embracing impermanence teaches you to enjoy moments fully without attachment, knowing they will pass. It's like a river that keeps flowing. Trying to hold on to one part only leaves you frustrated, while learning to flow with it frees you from unnecessary pain. When you release your grip, you find space for serenity. The emotions that rise within you are not who you are, and peace comes from understanding that emotions are visitors, not permanent residents. It's easy to get swept away by anger, sadness, or fear, but these feelings don't define you. They arrive, stay for a while, and eventually fade. The key is not resisting them, but observing them without judgment, like clouds passing through the sky. The more you practice this, the less power your emotions will have over your peace of mind. Adversity reveals your true self, and this truth is one of the hardest to accept. Difficult moments are not there to break you, but to show you what you're capable of. Each challenge you face becomes an opportunity to grow, to strengthen your inner calm. When life pushes you, it's asking you to respond with grace. There is peace in knowing that every setback is a lesson waiting to be uncovered, and every failure is a stepping stone toward wisdom. What feels unbearable today often becomes the foundation of tomorrow's strength. You cannot control what others think of you, and the sooner you accept this, the closer you move to lasting peace. People's opinions belong to them, not you. They are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and expectations. When you detach from the need for approval, you liberate yourself from the exhausting task of trying to please everyone. True peace comes when you stop measuring your worth through the lens of others and begin valuing yourself based on your own principles. In letting go of the fear of judgment, you gain the freedom to be your most authentic self. The universe owes you nothing, and this is perhaps the hardest truth to swallow. Life doesn't unfold according to your wishes. It moves on its own terms. Peace comes from aligning your expectations with reality, recognizing that every moment is a gift, not an entitlement. This truth isn't meant to be harsh, but liberating. When you stop expecting life to follow a script, you free yourself from constant disappointment. Instead of demanding more, you learn to appreciate what is, creating room for gratitude and contentment. There is no peace in resisting what already is. Life will not always go as planned, and things beyond your control will happen. When you resist, you create tension within yourself. Acceptance is not the same as approval. It simply means choosing to stop fighting what cannot be changed. By embracing this mindset, you reclaim energy wasted on frustration and direct it toward things you can influence. The more you align with reality, the more peace you cultivate within. The path to peace is found through simplicity. Complexity creates stress, mental clutter, emotional baggage, and unnecessary distractions weigh down the mind. By simplifying your thoughts and lifestyle, you uncover a clearer perspective. Peace doesn't come from adding more, but from shedding what isn't essential. With each thing you release, you create space for calm to enter, and in that space, your mind finds rest. Expectations are silent thieves of peace. The more rigid your expectations, the more likely you are to suffer when things don't go your way. Flexibility in your thinking allows you to flow with life's changes rather than be broken by them. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up. It means allowing yourself to be surprised by life. Peace is found in the willingness to accept life's twists and turns with open hands instead of clenched fists. Every moment holds an opportunity for gratitude, no matter how small. When you train your mind to focus on what you have rather than what you lack, peace naturally follows. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, even in the midst of hardship. It reminds you that joy can coexist with challenges. Practicing gratitude daily strengthens your inner calm, creating a steady foundation that supports you through life's ups and downs. Judgment clouds the mind and steals peace. It's easy to fall into the habit of judging others, situations, or even yourself, but judgment creates separation. Understanding dissolves conflict, both within and outside yourself. When you approach others with curiosity instead of criticism, you open the door to connection and harmony. Peace grows when you realize that everyone is navigating their own struggles, doing the best they can with the tools they have. Resisting change is like standing in front of an ocean wave. No matter how hard you push back, it will move forward. Change is inevitable, and peace lies in learning how to move with it. Every season of life brings new challenges and gifts. When you stop resisting and start embracing change, you allow yourself to grow. Peace isn't found in trying to hold on to what was, but in welcoming what is yet to come. Comparison is a trap that leads to discontent. It pulls your attention away from your own path and places it on others, leaving you restless. There will always be someone who seems to have more, but peace comes from recognizing that your journey is uniquely yours. The moment you stop measuring yourself against others, you reclaim your inner calm. The only comparison worth making is with the person you were yesterday, and even that should be done with compassion. True peace is not about the absence of conflict, but about how you respond to it. Life will always present challenges, but you have the power to choose your reaction. Calm responses in the face of conflict create inner stability. When you approach disagreements with a clear mind and steady heart, you find solutions that anger and frustration would never reveal. Peace grows each time you choose understanding over argument. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. Whether it's a relationship, a failure, or an expectation, releasing what no longer serves you is essential for peace. Holding on creates emotional weight that drags you down. The more you practice letting go, the lighter your mind becomes. Peace doesn't mean having everything you want, it means being content without it. Freedom comes from self-discipline. It may seem contradictory, but discipline creates space for peace. When you set boundaries with yourself and follow through, you build trust in your ability to manage life's demands. This trust reduces anxiety and mental clutter. Discipline is not about restriction, it's about creating structure that allows you to focus on what matters most. Patience allows peace to grow slowly and steadily. In a world that demands instant results, learning to wait without frustration is a powerful skill. Patience teaches you that everything unfolds in its own time. When you release the need to rush, you discover that peace has been with you all along, waiting for you to slow down and notice it. True strength lies in vulnerability. It takes courage to be open, to share your struggles, and to seek help when needed. Vulnerability connects you to others and to yourself, fostering a deeper sense of peace. When you stop pretending to have it all together, you allow space for healing and growth. Peace isn't found in perfection, it's found in the acceptance of your humanity. Nature teaches peace through presence. Time spent outdoors reminds you that life moves at its own pace. The rhythm of the natural world, the rising sun, the changing seasons, offers a model of calm consistency. When you align yourself with this rhythm, peace becomes second nature. You realize that, like the trees and rivers, you too are part of something larger. Service shifts your focus from yourself to others, creating space for peace to grow. Helping others doesn't just benefit them, it lightens your own heart. Acts of kindness remind you that peace isn't something you achieve alone, but something that grows through connection. Each small act of service becomes a seed of calm, both for you and for those you help. Inner peace is not about eliminating discomfort, but about learning how to carry it gracefully. Life will always involve challenges, but the way you hold those challenges makes all the difference. Peace comes when you stop trying to escape discomfort and start embracing it as part of the journey. Every difficult moment is an opportunity to practice calm, and each practice strengthens your ability to remain steady, no matter what life brings next. The search for peace does not mean avoiding life's challenges, but learning how to meet them with grace. Every obstacle carries within it an opportunity for growth, and every challenge is a chance to apply wisdom. Life rarely goes according to plan, and those who find peace are not the ones who avoid difficulties, but the ones who navigate them skillfully. There are strategies, often overlooked, that can shift how you face hardships, helping you respond calmly rather than react impulsively. These hidden Stoic strategies are keys to unlocking resilience, offering not just survival, but a way to thrive amidst life's uncertainties. The first strategy is reframing obstacles. Instead of labeling challenges as setbacks, view them as opportunities for growth. This shift in perception transforms frustration into motivation. It reminds you that difficulties are not interruptions, but essential parts of your journey. Obstacles become stepping stones when you ask, "What can I learn from this?" The mind becomes lighter when you stop resisting problems and begin to see them as tools for personal development. Adopting a flexible mindset allows you to bend without breaking. Life rarely follows a straight line, and those who cling rigidly to their expectations suffer the most. Flexibility teaches you to adapt without losing your grounding. It's not about abandoning goals, but adjusting your path when necessary. Peace grows when you stop forcing life to meet your demands and instead flow with the changes as they come. Deliberate pauses create space between emotion and action. When challenges arise, the instinct to react quickly can lead to unnecessary conflict. Pausing gives you time to respond thoughtfully, aligning your actions with your values. In that brief moment, you reclaim your power. You become less reactive and more deliberate, transforming chaotic situations into opportunities for clarity and reason. Another hidden strategy lies in learning to detach from outcomes. The desire to control everything creates stress. When you release attachment to specific results, you free your mind from the burden of expectations. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you do your best and then let go. Accepting that outcomes are not always within your control allows you to move through challenges with ease, finding peace in the effort rather than the result. Turning inward for strength is essential when the outside world feels unstable. Relying on external validation leaves you vulnerable to life's unpredictability. Instead, cultivate inner resources like patience, self-discipline, and courage. These qualities act as anchors during turbulent times, keeping you steady. When you build strength from within, you no longer depend on circumstances to maintain your peace. Seeking meaning in adversity shifts how you experience difficulties. Every hardship carries a lesson, and those lessons are often hidden until you actively search for them. Instead of asking why something happened, ask how it can shape you into a better version of yourself. Challenges become bearable when they serve a purpose, turning even the harshest moments into fuel for personal growth. Another strategy is practicing radical acceptance. Life will bring things you did not choose and cannot change. Resisting these realities creates suffering, while accepting them brings peace. Acceptance does not mean resignation. It means acknowledging what is and choosing to move forward anyway. In accepting reality as it unfolds, you reclaim your energy and direct it toward what you can influence. These strategies work together, creating a foundation of resilience that supports you through life's challenges. They remind you that peace is not found by avoiding hardship, but by transforming your relationship with it. The way you think about difficulties shapes how you experience them, and with these strategies in place, even the toughest moments become opportunities to practice calm. The mind grows stronger each time it chooses understanding over frustration, patience over urgency, and effort over control. Adversity, when met with these strategies, becomes a path to inner freedom. You learn that no situation is too difficult when approached with the right mindset. Peace is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to meet them with clarity, wisdom, and strength. Life's storms will continue, but with these hidden Stoic strategies, you can stand firm, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to deepen your peace. When challenges are met with the right mindset, clarity becomes your compass. But clarity is not something that arrives by chance. It must be cultivated, nurtured through habits that sharpen your mind and clear away mental fog. Just as physical fitness demands regular exercise, mental clarity requires consistent practice. These habits, rooted in Stoic philosophy, are simple yet powerful. They offer structure for your thoughts, create space for reflection, and guide you toward a calmer, clearer mind. By adopting these practices, you reduce mental noise and discover how to move through life with purpose and intention. Daily reflection sharpens your awareness and allows you to process thoughts that might otherwise linger and cloud your mind. This habit helps you notice patterns in your thinking, behaviors that need adjustment, and lessons hidden in each day's events. Reflection isn't about dwelling on mistakes. It's about learning from them. With each day's review, your mind becomes clearer, less burdened by unresolved emotions or unexamined thoughts. A structured morning routine anchors your mind before the day's demands set in. The morning is when your mind is freshest, making it the perfect time to set intentions and mentally prepare for challenges. This routine need not be elaborate. It could involve moments of silence, journaling, or simply listing priorities for the day. A consistent start to your morning creates mental stability that carries you through even the most chaotic situations. Practicing mindfulness throughout the day builds mental clarity by training your mind to focus on what's happening right now. The ability to be fully present reduces mental clutter caused by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness strengthens your awareness, helping you catch unhelpful thoughts before they spiral. It brings your attention back to the present moment, which is the only place where clear thinking can occur. Limiting distractions is a crucial habit for mental clarity. Distractions pull your attention in multiple directions, leaving your mind scattered and fatigued. Whether it's constant notifications, overconsumption of news, or multitasking, removing these distractions creates space for focused thought. A clear mind thrives in simplicity. By intentionally reducing unnecessary inputs, you allow your thoughts to settle, much like a pond becomes still once the water is undisturbed. Regular journaling serves as a tool for clearing mental clutter. Writing down your thoughts releases them from your mind, making room for clarity to emerge. Journaling helps you process emotions, untangle complex ideas, and identify patterns in your thinking. It's not about perfection, just the act of writing clears space in your mind. When practiced consistently, journaling becomes a habit that keeps your mental landscape clean and well-ordered. Engaging in deep work creates a state of flow that enhances clarity. Deep work involves immersing yourself fully in a meaningful task, free from interruptions. This focused effort sharpens your ability to think clearly and problem-solve effectively. It also builds mental endurance, allowing you to sustain focus for longer periods. The habit of deep work teaches your mind how to function at its best, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. Silence is another powerful tool for mental clarity. The habit of embracing quiet moments gives your mind space to rest and reset. Silence is where insights often emerge, unforced and clear. It helps you process experiences, sort through thoughts, and let go of unnecessary mental clutter. In silence, your mind breathes. Practicing silence throughout your day, whether during a morning walk or a few minutes before bed, creates room for clarity to flourish. Consistent rest plays an essential role in mental clarity. A tired mind struggles to think clearly, solve problems, or manage emotions effectively. Prioritizing quality sleep restores your mental energy, enabling you to face challenges with a clear mind. Rest isn't just about sleep. It's about knowing when to step back during the day, allowing your mind to recharge. The habit of balancing effort with rest ensures that your mental clarity remains intact over time. Cultivating gratitude shifts your mental focus from what is missing to what is present. This shift clears the mental fog created by constant striving and comparison. Gratitude invites your mind to pause and acknowledge the good that already exists, however small it may seem. A grateful mind is a clear mind, free from the distractions of discontent. Practicing gratitude daily rewires your thinking, helping you approach life with a sense of calm appreciation. Setting boundaries with your time protects your mental clarity. When you say yes to everything, your mind becomes overcommitted and overwhelmed. Boundaries allow you to focus on what truly matters, filtering out distractions and unnecessary obligations. The habit of protecting your time brings clarity by aligning your actions with your priorities. It frees you from mental clutter and restores your ability to think clearly and act with intention. The practice of single-tasking builds mental clarity by allowing your mind to engage deeply with one task at a time. Multitasking scatters your focus, leading to mistakes and mental fatigue. When you focus on one thing at a time, you increase your efficiency and improve the quality of your work. Single-tasking trains your mind to stay present, which enhances clarity and reduces the mental exhaustion that comes from constant switching between tasks. Saying no with confidence strengthens your mental clarity. Every commitment you take on requires mental energy. The habit of saying no to non-essential demands preserves your focus and reduces stress. It teaches you to prioritize your peace and align your actions with what truly matters. A clear mind is one that knows when to decline opportunities that do not serve its purpose, making space for what truly deserves attention. Physical movement plays a vital role in mental clarity. Exercise clears mental fog, improves focus, and reduces stress. Whether through walking, yoga, or other activities, moving your body supports your mind. The connection between physical health and mental clarity is strong. When your body feels good, your mind functions at its best. Incorporating movement into your daily routine enhances both clarity and well-being. Staying curious keeps your mind engaged and clear. Curiosity sparks interest and invites learning, which keeps your thoughts fresh and sharp. A curious mind is open to new ideas, unafraid to explore unfamiliar territory. This habit prevents mental stagnation, allowing your mind to grow and adapt. The more curious you are, the more mental clarity you gain through continuous learning and discovery. The habit of observing your thoughts without attachment cultivates mental clarity. Not every thought deserves your attention. When you practice observing thoughts as they arise, you create space between yourself and your mind's chatter. This habit allows you to let go of unhelpful thoughts before they take root. Clear thinking emerges when your mind is free from unnecessary noise and focused on what matters. Deliberate breaks throughout the day restore your mental clarity. Pushing yourself without rest diminishes focus and creates mental fatigue. Short breaks act as resets, giving your mind a chance to recover. Whether it's a walk outside or a few moments of deep breathing, these breaks renew your mental energy, allowing you to maintain clarity throughout the day. A well-rested mind thinks more clearly and navigates challenges with greater ease. Practicing patience with yourself enhances mental clarity. The mind often gets cluttered with self-criticism and unrealistic expectations. When you cultivate patience, you allow yourself the space to grow at your own pace. This habit quiets inner judgment, creating room for clear thinking and self-compassion. A patient mind is less likely to spiral into negativity, maintaining clarity even during difficult moments. Engaging in meaningful conversations stimulates mental clarity. Thoughtful dialogue encourages you to explore new perspectives and clarify your own thoughts. Conversations with others act as mirrors, reflecting back ideas you may not have considered. When approached with openness, these exchanges sharpen your mind and deepen your understanding. Clear thinking thrives in environments where ideas are shared and challenged respectfully. Scheduling time for solitude creates mental clarity by giving you space to connect with yourself. Solitude is not loneliness. It is time spent in the company of your own thoughts. This habit allows you to listen to your inner voice without outside influence. Solitude fosters introspection, helping you gain insight and clarity about your life and decisions. A mind that embraces solitude finds peace within itself, free from the noise of the world. Consistently practicing these habits transforms the way you think and experience life. Mental clarity is not a destination, it is a state you cultivate daily. Each habit builds upon the others, creating a foundation of clear, focused thinking that supports your peace and well-being. As these practices become part of your life, you discover that clarity is not something you search for. It is something you create, one intentional habit at a time. Clarity opens doors, but it's acceptance that allows you to step through them peacefully. The mind becomes heavy when it fights reality, weighed down by things that cannot be changed. Acceptance, however, is not about giving up. It's about freeing yourself from mental resistance and shifting your focus toward what can be controlled. Through acceptance, you release the tension of unnecessary battles, making room for calm, purpose, and clarity. These Stoic lessons on acceptance offer tools for navigating life's uncertainties with grace, showing that peace is not found by avoiding life's storms, but by learning how to sail through them. Acceptance begins with recognizing that control is limited. Many things in life fall outside your influence: other people's actions, outcomes, and the natural flow of events. Resistance creates frustration, but acceptance allows you to redirect energy toward what truly matters. Peace grows when you stop exhausting yourself over things you cannot command and start focusing on how you respond to them. Another essential part of acceptance is letting go of perfectionism. Life is filled with imperfections, both in others and within yourself. The need for everything to be flawless creates unnecessary tension. Accepting imperfection teaches you to embrace progress over perfection and to appreciate the beauty of incomplete things. Through this lens, even mistakes become part of the process rather than obstacles to peace. There is freedom in accepting loss. Life involves constant change, and with change comes the loss of what once was. Holding on too tightly to the past only prolongs suffering. Acceptance allows you to release what no longer serves you, whether it's an idea, a relationship, or an old version of yourself. Letting go is not forgetting. It's choosing to move forward without being held back by what has already passed. Accepting uncertainty is a gateway to peace. Life is unpredictable, and no amount of planning can guarantee outcomes. When you embrace the unknown instead of fearing it, you discover the strength to move forward without hesitation. Uncertainty becomes less of a threat and more of an opportunity for growth. Each moment unfolds as it will, and acceptance helps you trust in your ability to adapt as needed. Acceptance also extends to emotions. There will be days when frustration, sadness, or anger rise within you. These emotions are not signs of failure. They are part of the human experience. Instead of suppressing them, acceptance allows you to acknowledge their presence without judgment. Emotions are temporary visitors, and by accepting them, you prevent them from taking root and clouding your mind. Learning to accept others as they are fosters peace within relationships. People have their own paths, challenges, and imperfections. The urge to change or control others creates tension, while acceptance cultivates harmony. By meeting people where they are, without trying to reshape them, you free yourself from unnecessary conflict. This acceptance deepens connections and brings greater understanding. Life's setbacks become lighter when met with acceptance. Not every plan will succeed, and not every goal will be reached on the first attempt. Viewing setbacks as part of the journey rather than as failures shifts your perspective. Acceptance reminds you that progress is not always linear, and each misstep is an opportunity to learn. The more you embrace this truth, the more resilient you become. There is profound peace in accepting that you are enough as you are. The pressure to constantly improve can cloud your sense of self-worth. Acceptance does not mean you stop growing. It means recognizing that you are complete, even as you evolve. This sense of being enough creates a foundation of self-love that is unshaken by external validation or criticism. It allows you to pursue growth from a place of peace rather than pressure. Accepting that not everything requires your involvement is another path to mental freedom. There are battles that are not yours to fight, and burdens that are not yours to carry. When you practice selective engagement, you protect your energy and focus. Acceptance teaches you to choose your battles wisely and to walk away from situations that do not align with your purpose or peace. The practice of accepting silence strengthens your mind. In a world that demands constant interaction, silence becomes a rare gift. Acceptance of quiet moments allows you to listen to your inner voice and reset your thoughts. It brings clarity and reduces mental noise. Silence is not emptiness, it is space for reflection and renewal. The more you embrace it, the clearer your mind becomes. Acceptance teaches you that change is inevitable. Resisting change only creates suffering, but embracing it opens doors to new possibilities. Life will never stay the same, and every transition carries its own gifts and challenges. Acceptance transforms change from a source of fear into an opportunity for growth. It helps you move through life's seasons with grace, knowing that each ending makes space for a new beginning. Another lesson of acceptance is recognizing that not all questions have answers. The search for meaning can sometimes create frustration when solutions are not immediately clear. Accepting that some things may remain unresolved brings peace. It allows you to release the need for certainty and to trust in the unfolding process. Not knowing everything is part of life's mystery, and accepting that invites wonder rather than worry. Accepting responsibility for your choices is a crucial part of personal growth. It can be tempting to blame others or external circumstances when things go wrong. However, peace comes from owning your decisions and learning from their outcomes. Acceptance empowers you by reminding you that while you cannot control everything, you can always control your response. This ownership brings freedom and clarity. Forgiveness is a powerful form of acceptance. Holding on to resentment creates emotional weight that clouds your mind. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm. It is about releasing the burden of anger and freeing yourself from its grip. By accepting the past for what it was, you allow yourself to heal. Forgiveness offers closure, even when apologies are not given, and it restores peace within. The acceptance of impermanence also applies to joy. Trying to hold on too tightly to happiness often leads to disappointment when it fades. Acceptance teaches you to enjoy joyful moments fully, knowing they are fleeting. This mindset allows you to experience joy without fear of losing it. It reminds you that happiness, like everything else, comes and goes, and that's okay. Accepting your limitations is another path to inner peace. There will always be things beyond your reach, talents you may not possess, or areas where you struggle. Instead of viewing limitations as failures, acceptance helps you embrace them as part of who you are. This creates space for self-compassion and prevents unnecessary frustration. Acceptance reminds you that it's okay not to excel in every area. Even the acceptance of boredom offers clarity. Not every moment in life will be filled with excitement or purpose. Learning to be at peace with boredom allows your mind to rest and recharge. It is in these still moments that creativity often sparks and new ideas emerge. Acceptance teaches you that boredom is not the absence of meaning, but a necessary pause between life's activities. The acceptance of imperfection extends to others as well. Expecting people to always act according to your standards sets the stage for disappointment. Acceptance allows you to see others for who they are, flaws and all. It fosters empathy and connection by reducing judgment. This mindset brings peace by replacing unrealistic expectations with understanding and patience. Acceptance also involves surrendering the illusion of control over the future. Planning is valuable, but life will not always follow your script. When you accept this, you release the anxiety that comes from trying to predict and control every outcome. Acceptance helps you focus on what you can do in the present moment, trusting that the future will unfold as it should. Through acceptance, even difficult emotions become manageable. Fear, anger, and sadness lose their grip when you stop fighting them. Acceptance allows you to feel these emotions without becoming overwhelmed. It creates a space for healing by giving emotions the time and attention they need to pass. Peace is not about avoiding emotions, but about accepting them as part of the human experience. Acceptance opens the door to peace, but the key to staying in that peaceful space lies in the art of letting go. Letting go is not the same as giving up. It's a deliberate release of what no longer serves you. Holding on too tightly to thoughts, people, or outcomes creates unnecessary tension. True serenity is found not in grasping, but in releasing. These Stoic insights reveal how letting go lightens the soul and clears the mind, teaching you that freedom and calm come from knowing what to release and when to walk away. The first step in letting go is recognizing what is outside your control. Many of life's struggles arise from trying to influence things that cannot be changed. When you let go of control, you free yourself from frustration and anxiety. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you focus your energy on what you can truly affect. In this shift, you find calm because the mind no longer wastes itself on the uncontrollable. Letting go of expectations transforms how you experience life. Expectations often set you up for disappointment when reality unfolds differently. By releasing rigid expectations, you allow life to surprise you. This openness brings peace, as you are no longer burdened by how things should be, but can embrace them as they are. The ability to move forward without clinging to specific outcomes makes challenges easier to face. The act of forgiving is another powerful way to let go. Resentment ties you to past pain, weighing you down with emotions that serve no purpose. Forgiveness doesn't condone wrongdoing. It releases you from the emotional prison that resentment creates. By choosing forgiveness, you reclaim your peace. This practice allows your mind to move forward rather than stay trapped in past wounds. Letting go of the need for approval brings freedom. Living for others' validation puts your peace at the mercy of their opinions. The constant need to be liked or accepted drains mental energy. When you let go of this need, you live authentically, unburdened by the weight of external judgment. Your sense of self-worth grows from within, creating space for genuine serenity. Another key to serenity lies in releasing attachment to material things. The pursuit of possessions often brings more stress than satisfaction. Letting go of the belief that happiness depends on things allows you to appreciate what you have without constantly seeking more. This shift helps you see that contentment is not found in accumulation, but in appreciation. The mind becomes lighter when it is no longer tied to endless desire. Letting go of the fear of change brings peace. Change is inevitable, yet fear often makes it feel overwhelming. By releasing resistance to change, you allow yourself to adapt with grace. Life flows more easily when you trust that every ending makes space for a new beginning. This trust in the natural cycle of change helps you move forward with confidence rather than clinging to what must be left behind. The ability to release toxic relationships is essential for serenity. Holding on to people who drain your energy or disrupt your peace creates unnecessary suffering. Letting go is not an act of anger, but one of self-care. It allows you to create space for healthy connections and protect your peace. When you release toxic influences, your mind becomes a sanctuary, free from unnecessary conflict. Another insight is letting go of the need to control others. People will act according to their own will, not yours. Trying to change or manage others only breeds frustration. Serenity comes from allowing others to be as they are, while maintaining control over your own actions. This practice helps you focus on what truly matters, your growth and well-being, without being entangled in others' choices. Letting go also applies to self-judgment. The mind can become trapped in cycles of guilt and regret, replaying past mistakes. Forgiving yourself and releasing self-criticism is crucial for inner peace. Mistakes are part of being human, and every error carries a lesson. When you let go of self-judgment, you make room for growth and move forward with clarity, free from the weight of unnecessary guilt. A lighter mind is also found through releasing the need for constant achievement. While goals are valuable, they can become burdensome if they define your worth. Letting go of the idea that you must always be productive allows you to find joy in simply being. Serenity arises when you realize that you are enough as you are, without the need for endless accomplishments. This insight brings balance between striving and resting. Another path to serenity involves releasing the need to win every argument. The pursuit of being right often leads to unnecessary conflict. Letting go of this need allows you to prioritize peace over ego. Some battles are not worth fighting, and choosing calm over confrontation brings clarity. In this release, you discover that peace is more valuable than proving a point. Letting go of the past is essential for living in the present. Clinging to memories, whether good or bad, prevents you from fully experiencing the moment at hand. By releasing the grip of the past, you allow yourself to be present. The mind becomes clearer, free from the clutter of what once was. This practice helps you embrace the now, where life truly unfolds. Another insight is letting go of the need for certainty. Life is filled with unknowns, and the search for certainty often leads to anxiety. By accepting uncertainty, you open yourself to possibility. Serenity comes from trusting that you will handle whatever comes your way, even if you cannot predict it. Letting go of the need to know everything allows you to live with a sense of peace, embracing life's mysteries without fear. Letting go lightens the soul, but it's what you do next that shapes your peace. Serenity is not a one-time achievement, but something cultivated each day through thoughtful action. Stoic philosophy offers tools that can be woven seamlessly into your daily life, creating a steady rhythm of calm and clarity. These practices are not about grand gestures. They are small, intentional ways to align your mind with peace, even in the busiest moments. The following insights will show how Stoicism can become a part of your routine, transforming ordinary days into opportunities for tranquility and inner strength. Begin your day with reflection. In those early moments before the world demands your attention, spend time considering what lies ahead. Prepare your mind by thinking about possible challenges, not to worry, but to ready yourself. Acknowledging potential difficulties makes them less startling when they arrive. This practice helps you meet the day with a sense of calm anticipation, knowing that no matter what happens, you are prepared to respond with grace. Throughout the day, practice viewing events as neutral. Things that happen are neither good nor bad on their own. It's your judgment that assigns meaning. When you remove the filter of emotional reactions, you see situations as they are, not as you fear or wish them to be. This shift brings clarity, allowing you to navigate challenges without unnecessary mental strain. Neutrality creates space between events and your emotions, making it easier to choose peace. Cultivate the habit of small detachment. As you move through your day, notice where your mind clings, whether it's to outcomes, people, or possessions. Gently remind yourself to release these attachments. Detachment is not about indifference, it's about freeing your mind from unnecessary weight. Each moment of release strengthens your ability to focus on what truly matters, clearing the path for inner peace. Make gratitude a daily practice. Gratitude is not reserved for special moments, but can be found in the mundane. Pause throughout the day to acknowledge small blessings. A kind word, a meal, or a moment of stillness. Gratitude shifts your mind from lack to abundance, bringing lightness even in challenging times. This habit reinforces peace by helping you see that life offers gifts even when circumstances are imperfect. Embrace silence as part of your routine. In a world filled with noise, moments of intentional silence become essential. Use these moments to check in with yourself, reset your thoughts, or simply breathe. Silence restores mental clarity, giving your mind space to rest. It helps you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, bringing a sense of calm to your interactions and decisions. Set boundaries with your time and energy. Not every task or invitation requires your involvement. Learning to say no, kindly but firmly, preserves your peace. Boundaries help you focus on what aligns with your values, preventing burnout. Each time you honor your limits, you reinforce your ability to live with intention, making room for rest, joy, and meaningful connection. Engage with challenges as opportunities for growth. When difficulties arise, shift your focus from frustration to curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reframing challenges in this way transforms them from obstacles into teachers. This mindset reduces stress, as you see problems not as threats, but as part of your journey. Growth becomes the goal, and peace follows as you accept each experience for what it offers. Practice deep listening in your conversations. Instead of planning your response, give your full attention to the person speaking. Listening deeply fosters understanding and connection, reducing conflict. It shifts the focus from winning arguments to building relationships, bringing harmony to your interactions. This practice teaches you to approach conversations with patience and empathy, which in turn nurtures inner calm. Use evening reflection to close your day. Before sleep, take a few moments to review your actions and thoughts from the day. Acknowledge what went well and where you could improve without judgment. This habit clears mental clutter and provides insight for the future. Evening reflection helps you end the day with a sense of closure, preventing unresolved emotions from carrying into the next day. Prioritize presence in everything you do. Whether you are working, eating, or resting, focus fully on the task at hand. Presence eliminates the mental scatter caused by multitasking, bringing clarity and peace to your mind. It turns ordinary activities into moments of mindfulness, grounding you in the present. This habit helps you move through your day with intention, creating a steady rhythm of calm. Presence brings peace, but lasting inner peace requires something deeper, a foundation built on virtue. Virtue, in Stoic philosophy, is the essence of a good life. It is the compass that guides your actions, thoughts, and intentions toward what is right, regardless of external circumstances. True peace does not come from favorable events, but from knowing you have acted with integrity, no matter what life brings. When virtue becomes your guiding principle, your mind rests easy, free from regret and inner conflict. Through the cultivation of virtue, you align yourself with a higher purpose, finding peace not as an outcome, but as a way of being. The practice of courage forms the bedrock of virtue. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly in the face of it. Life will present moments that test your resolve, whether standing up for what is just, confronting personal flaws, or embracing vulnerability. Each time you choose courage, you move closer to inner peace, because fear loses its power when met with virtue. Courage anchors you in strength, providing clarity when emotions threaten to cloud your mind. Justice, another pillar of virtue, ensures that your actions are fair and considerate toward others. It calls you to treat people with respect, even when situations challenge your patience or understanding. When you live with justice, your conscience remains clear, free from the weight of guilt or regret. This clarity fosters peace, as there is no inner turmoil from having wronged others. Justice aligns your actions with integrity, bringing harmony both within yourself and your relationships. Self-discipline refines your character by teaching you to manage impulses and desires. The mind often seeks comfort in indulgence, but unchecked desires lead to mental clutter and restlessness. Discipline helps you focus on what truly matters, eliminating distractions that disturb your peace. When you exercise control over your actions and thoughts, you cultivate a sense of mastery over yourself, which brings freedom and calm. Wisdom guides you in making sound decisions, especially when the path is unclear. Life is filled with uncertainties, but wisdom helps you navigate them with clarity. It teaches you to discern what is within your control and what is not, allowing you to act thoughtfully. Wisdom also involves learning from experiences, both successes and failures, refining your judgment over time. With wisdom, you make choices that align with your values, bringing lasting peace as your actions reflect your principles. Compassion adds depth to virtue by reminding you to care for others, even when it is inconvenient. It teaches you to look beyond yourself and recognize the shared humanity in every person. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, reduce the mental tension that comes from selfishness. Compassion softens the heart and cultivates empathy, which creates a deeper sense of connection and inner peace. In extending kindness, you also nurture your own soul. Patience strengthens your virtue by helping you endure challenges without resentment. Life will not always unfold according to your timeline, and moments of delay or difficulty test your ability to remain calm. Patience is the practice of trusting that things will happen in their own time. Each moment you wait without frustration builds resilience, freeing your mind from unnecessary agitation. Peace becomes a natural result of accepting life's pace with grace. Gratitude enriches virtue by focusing your mind on what you have rather than what you lack. It aligns your thoughts with appreciation for life's gifts, creating space for contentment. Gratitude shifts your perspective from deficiency to abundance, allowing you to see challenges as opportunities and hardships as lessons. This habit nurtures a steady heart, free from the noise of comparison or envy. The mind at peace is a mind rooted in gratitude. Humility deepens your virtue by keeping your ego in check. It reminds you that there is always room for growth and that no one has all the answers. Humility opens the door to learning, freeing your mind from the burden of needing to be right. It teaches you to listen, to accept feedback, and to recognize the value in others. A humble mind finds peace because it is not preoccupied with proving itself, but instead focused on becoming better. Forgiveness, both toward yourself and others, is essential for maintaining inner peace. Holding on to anger or resentment creates emotional weight that disturbs the mind. Forgiveness does not excuse harmful actions, but releases the power they hold over you. It allows you to move forward without carrying the burden of past wrongs. In practicing forgiveness, you cultivate freedom from emotional chains, creating a sense of peace that remains even in the face of difficulty. Living with purpose ensures that each action is aligned with your values. Purpose gives direction to your efforts, preventing you from drifting aimlessly through life. When your actions reflect your principles, there is no inner conflict, only clarity and peace. Purpose also connects your everyday tasks to a larger meaning, transforming mundane activities into meaningful steps on your journey. A purposeful life fosters tranquility as you know your time and energy are spent wisely. Honesty, with yourself and others, sustains peace by removing the need for deception. Lies create mental clutter, forcing you to remember what was said and maintain false images. Honesty clears the mind, creating transparency in both thought and action. It builds trust in your relationships and within yourself, as you learn to face truths directly. A mind that values truth is a mind at peace, free from the complications of dishonesty. Generosity enhances virtue by shifting your focus outward. Giving, whether through time, resources, or support, nurtures peace by reducing the hold of selfish desires. Acts of generosity remind you that joy is found not in possession, but in contribution. The practice of giving teaches you that peace grows when shared, creating a cycle of goodwill that benefits both the giver and the receiver. Generosity aligns your actions with kindness, fostering a calm and open heart. Living with simplicity clears the path to peace. The pursuit of excess, whether material or emotional, creates clutter in both your mind and life. Simplicity helps you focus on what truly matters, reducing distractions and mental noise. It teaches you to find satisfaction in less, creating room for calm and clarity. A simple life, lived with intention, allows you to experience peace without the need for constant stimulation or achievement. Authenticity sustains virtue by encouraging you to live in alignment with your true self. Pretending to be something you are not creates inner tension, while authenticity fosters harmony. When your thoughts, words, and actions align, you experience peace because there is no gap between who you are and how you live. Authenticity invites others to meet you as you are, fostering genuine connections that further nurture peace. Resilience ensures that peace remains steady even during hardship. It is the strength to recover from setbacks without losing your sense of self. Resilience teaches you that challenges are not the end, but opportunities for renewal. Each time you rise after a fall, you reinforce your inner peace, knowing that you are capable of weathering life's storms. Resilience builds a quiet confidence, creating peace that endures. Acceptance of life's impermanence deepens your virtue by helping you cherish what is while it lasts. Nothing is permanent, and clinging to what must change creates unnecessary suffering. Accepting impermanence teaches you to let go gracefully, finding peace in both beginnings and endings. It reminds you to value the present moment without fear of loss, creating space for serenity to grow. The practice of mindfulness ensures that each moment is lived fully. Mindfulness connects you to the present, freeing your mind from regret over the past or anxiety about the future. It brings awareness to your actions and thoughts, allowing you to respond with intention rather than habit. A mindful life fosters peace by keeping you grounded in what is real, without distraction or worry. Service to others integrates virtue into everyday life. When you offer help without expecting anything in return, you align your actions with kindness and humility. Service shifts your focus from personal concerns to collective well-being, creating a sense of purpose and connection. It nurtures peace by reminding you that your actions, however small, can make a difference. In serving others, you also serve yourself by fostering a calm and open heart. By living these virtues daily, peace becomes a constant presence rather than a fleeting goal. Virtue aligns your thoughts, actions, and intentions with a higher purpose, creating harmony within and around you. Each practice strengthens your character, ensuring that peace remains steady no matter what life brings. The pursuit of virtue is not an end in itself, but a way of living that naturally cultivates inner calm. When virtue guides your life, peace follows as effortlessly as a shadow, always present, always within reach. Virtue is not merely a moral ideal, it is the foundation upon which true inner peace is built. It serves as a compass, guiding your thoughts, actions, and decisions in alignment with what is right, regardless of circumstances. When your life is rooted in virtue, the mind is free from regret and inner conflict. Peace flows naturally from knowing you have done your best, no matter the outcome. With each choice guided by virtue, you strengthen a sense of harmony within yourself. This alignment between your values and actions allows you to navigate life with clarity, even in difficult moments. Let's explore how these Stoic virtues, when practiced daily, shape a life of steady and lasting inner peace. Courage is essential for peace because it allows you to face life's uncertainties without fear controlling your actions. Courage doesn't eliminate fear, it teaches you how to act despite it. There will be moments when doing the right thing is difficult, standing up for what is just, facing personal challenges, or being honest when it feels risky. Each time you choose courage over avoidance, you reclaim a sense of agency. Knowing you acted according to your values strengthens inner peace, even when outcomes are uncertain. Courage teaches that fear is temporary, but the peace from acting rightly is lasting. Justice cultivates peace by ensuring fairness in your relationships and interactions. Justice in Stoicism is not just about legal fairness, but about treating others with respect, kindness, and consideration. When you act justly, you prevent the inner turmoil that comes from guilt or resentment. Even when others behave poorly, choosing fairness allows you to maintain integrity and peace. Justice teaches that peace isn't about getting even, it's about doing what's right, regardless of how others behave. Self-discipline refines your mind by helping you manage desires, impulses, and emotions. The mind becomes restless when driven by unchecked cravings or fleeting pleasures. Discipline creates boundaries that protect your focus and energy, allowing you to live with intention. It frees you from distractions that disturb peace, such as overindulgence or procrastination. Each time you exercise discipline, you strengthen your ability to act according to reason, not impulse. Over time, this consistency cultivates inner calm because you trust yourself to act wisely. Wisdom brings clarity to your decisions by helping you navigate complex situations with discernment. Life often presents difficult choices, and wisdom allows you to make thoughtful decisions that align with your values. It teaches you to recognize what is within your control and what is not, reducing unnecessary anxiety. Wisdom also involves learning from experiences, both successes and mistakes, so you continue to grow. When your actions reflect insight and careful consideration, your mind finds peace because you know you have chosen wisely. Compassion deepens your peace by encouraging kindness and empathy toward others. It teaches you to see beyond your own needs and recognize the shared struggles of those around you. Compassion softens the heart, reducing the harshness that can arise from judgment or frustration. When you approach others with kindness, even when they are difficult, you foster harmonious relationships. This practice nurtures peace within as it shifts your focus from conflict to connection, creating a sense of unity with those around you. Patience teaches you how to endure difficulties without resentment or frustration. Life moves at its own pace, often requiring you to wait longer than you would like for things to unfold. Impatience creates inner conflict as the mind wrestles with circumstances it cannot control. Patience, however, allows you to remain calm and composed, trusting that things will happen in their own time. Each moment of patience strengthens your resilience, enabling you to face challenges with steady calmness instead of agitation. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is missing to what is present, creating space for contentment. The mind often gets caught up in what it lacks, leading to restlessness and dissatisfaction. Gratitude interrupts this cycle by focusing your attention on the gifts already in your life no matter how small. This practice nurtures a sense of abundance, even in difficult times. When you cultivate gratitude, your mind becomes lighter and more open to peace, because it is no longer preoccupied with scarcity or comparison. Humility quiets the ego and creates space for growth and peace. The desire to be right or superior to others often leads to unnecessary conflict. Humility teaches you to accept that you do not have all the answers and that there is always more to learn. This mindset frees you from the burden of constantly defending your ego, allowing you to approach life with openness and curiosity. Humility fosters peace by helping you let go of the need for approval or recognition, focusing instead on personal growth. Forgiveness releases the emotional weight that holds you back. Holding on to anger, resentment, or regret creates inner tension that disturbs peace. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful actions, but about freeing yourself from the grip they have on your mind. It allows you to move forward without carrying the burdens of the past. Forgiveness brings closure, not by changing the past, but by changing your relationship with it. In letting go, you create space for peace to grow. Purpose aligns your actions with meaning, giving direction to your efforts. A lack of purpose leaves you feeling adrift, unsure of where to focus your energy. Purpose clarifies your path, ensuring that each action, no matter how small, contributes to something meaningful. This alignment between action and intention creates inner harmony, as you know your efforts are not wasted. Purpose connects your daily activities to a larger goal, providing a sense of fulfillment and peace. Honesty nurtures peace by removing the need for deception. Lies create complexity, forcing you to maintain false narratives and cover up the truth. Honesty simplifies life, allowing you to live transparently. It builds trust in your relationships and within yourself, as you become someone who can be relied upon. A life rooted in honesty fosters peace because there is no mental clutter from dishonesty, only clarity and authenticity. Generosity shifts your focus from self-centered desires to the well-being of others. The act of giving, whether through time, resources, or kindness, reduces the hold of selfishness on your mind. Generosity creates a cycle of goodwill that benefits both the giver and the receiver. When you contribute to the happiness of others, you experience joy and fulfillment in return. This practice nurtures peace by reminding you that life is richer when shared. Simplicity clears the path to peace by reducing distractions and unnecessary desires. The pursuit of excess, whether material possessions or emotional validation, creates clutter in both your mind and life. Simplicity teaches you to focus on what truly matters, allowing you to find contentment in less. A simple life, lived with intention, creates space for peace to grow naturally, free from the noise of constant striving. Authenticity sustains inner peace by aligning your actions with your true self. When you pretend to be someone you are not, you create inner conflict. Authenticity fosters harmony as your thoughts, words, and actions reflect who you truly are. Living authentically allows you to engage with the world without fear of judgment, freeing your mind from unnecessary stress. Authenticity invites meaningful connections, as others are drawn to the honesty and openness you embody. Resilience ensures that peace remains steady even when life becomes difficult. It is the strength to recover from setbacks without losing your sense of self. Resilience teaches you that challenges are not the end, but opportunities for growth. Each time you rise after a fall, you reinforce your inner calm, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. Resilience builds quiet confidence, creating peace that endures beyond life's storms. Acceptance of impermanence teaches you to cherish what you have without clinging to it. Nothing in life is permanent, and resisting this truth creates suffering. Acceptance helps you let go gracefully, finding peace in both beginnings and endings. It reminds you that each moment is valuable because it will not last forever. This mindset fosters serenity as you embrace change without fear or resistance. Mindfulness ensures that you remain present in each moment, experiencing life as it unfolds. The mind often wanders to the past or future, creating unnecessary tension. Mindfulness brings your focus back to the present, where peace resides. It teaches you to engage with each task fully, whether it's work, rest, or play. A mindful life nurtures calm as you stop chasing what is not and begin appreciating what is. Service to others integrates virtue into everyday life. Helping others without expecting anything in return aligns your actions with kindness and humility. Service shifts your focus from personal concerns to collective well-being, fostering a sense of purpose and connection. Each act of service nurtures peace by reminding you that you are part of something greater than yourself. Service teaches that true fulfillment is found not in receiving, but in giving. Living by virtue ensures that peace is not dependent on circumstances, but is a constant presence within you. Virtue aligns your thoughts, actions, and intentions with what is right, creating harmony between who you are and how you live. Each practice strengthens your character, ensuring that peace remains steady, regardless of life's challenges. When virtue becomes your way of life, peace follows naturally, as effortlessly as breathing. Virtue clears the path to inner peace, but it is through embracing the present moment that peace becomes a lived experience. The present is the only time where life truly happens, yet many miss it, caught in the pull of regrets from the past or anxieties about the future. Stoic teachings remind you that peace is found not in waiting for perfect moments, but in fully engaging with the here and now. They offer practical tools to pull your mind back from distractions and immerse it in the richness of the present. This immersion is where serenity takes root. These teachings encourage you to see the value in each fleeting moment, transforming daily life into a source of peace and clarity. One of the most powerful Stoic lessons is focusing only on what you can control. Much of your mental distress comes from worrying about things beyond your influence, outcomes, other people's opinions, or events not yet arrived. Trying to manage these uncontrollable elements pulls your mind into a state of anxiety. But peace arises when you concentrate on what you can affect in the moment: your attitude, your actions, and your words. Each time you choose to place your energy on your own efforts, instead of worrying about results, you reclaim control over your mind. This habit teaches you to act with intention and accept what follows, allowing peace to emerge from knowing you have done your part. Another crucial teaching is releasing regret, which traps the mind in the past. Regret often disguises itself as reflection, but instead of learning, it keeps you stuck in a loop of what-ifs. While reflecting on past experiences is useful, dwelling on them becomes a mental weight that saps energy from the present. Stoicism urges you to acknowledge mistakes, learn what you can, and move forward without guilt. You cannot change the past, but you can shape the present. And that is where peace begins. Letting go of regret frees your mind to embrace new opportunities that exist now, instead of being tethered to what no longer can be undone. Relationships thrive when grounded in presence, and Stoicism teaches the importance of showing up fully for others. Many people drift through conversations distracted by worries or planning their next move, missing the chance for genuine connection. When you give your undivided attention to others, you foster understanding and deepen bonds. Presence strengthens relationships by allowing you to listen actively and respond thoughtfully, reducing misunderstandings and conflicts. The peace that emerges from such interactions comes not from avoiding challenges, but from engaging meaningfully in each moment with kindness and care. Another core lesson is learning to embrace life's impermanence. Everything, joy, pain, success, and loss, is temporary. Clinging to good moments or resisting difficult ones only creates suffering. Stoicism encourages you to accept this natural flow, savoring joys as they come and releasing them when they go. In the same way, hardships are met with patience, knowing they, too, will pass. This acceptance of impermanence brings peace because it aligns your expectations with reality. When you understand that all things are in constant motion, you stop resisting change and begin to flow with life's rhythms, finding serenity in both the highs and the lows. Gratitude is another powerful practice for staying grounded in the present. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. The mind tends to search for things it believes are missing, creating a sense of dissatisfaction. But when you practice gratitude, you train yourself to notice the small blessings scattered throughout each day. It could be the warmth of a drink, a kind gesture from someone, or simply the chance to rest. Gratitude teaches you to appreciate these moments fully, creating a sense of contentment that quiets the restless urge for more. When you embrace gratitude, the present moment becomes enough, and peace settles naturally into your mind. These teachings complement one another, forming a web of practices that draw you back into the present. When you focus only on what is within your control, you release unnecessary worry. Letting go of regret allows you to move freely toward new possibilities. Being present in relationships strengthens your connections and reduces conflict. Embracing impermanence helps you flow with life's changes without resistance or fear. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, creating a sense of fulfillment with what already is. Together, these practices turn daily moments into opportunities for peace. The beauty of these teachings lies in their simplicity. They don't require perfect conditions or elaborate rituals, just a shift in mindset. Each day presents countless chances to practice them, whether through a conversation with a friend, a quiet moment of reflection, or a decision to let go of something weighing you down. Stoicism teaches that peace is not something you wait for. It is something you cultivate by living fully in the present. When you focus your mind on the now, you reclaim your life from the grip of past regrets and future anxieties. Living in the present is not about ignoring what lies ahead or forgetting the past. It is about engaging with the moment at hand, knowing that this is the only place where you have real influence. Every choice you make in the present shapes your future, and every lesson learned from the past enriches your now. Stoicism shows that life is not a series of disconnected events, but a continuous flow, and peace comes from participating fully in that flow. The present moment becomes your anchor, holding you steady amidst life's uncertainties. When you immerse yourself in the present, you realize that it is not what happens in life, but how you meet each moment that defines your peace. The teachings of Stoicism offer practical ways to shift your focus back to the now, even when your mind wants to wander. Each time you bring your attention back to what you can control, release regret, engage in meaningful interactions, accept impermanence, and practice gratitude, you deepen your sense of peace. These teachings invite you to live not in the pursuit of peace, but in the practice of it, moment by moment. Living fully in the present gives you access to peace, but reflection provides the tools to understand how to stay there. Stoic reflection is not just about looking back, it's about uncovering patterns, clarifying your values, and learning from every experience. Reflection allows you to identify what brings peace and what takes it away. Through quiet contemplation, you gain insight into your behaviors and thoughts, preparing you to navigate life with intention. This practice offers a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you, revealing a path to lasting tranquility. Here, reflection becomes a form of inner dialogue, guiding you toward clarity and peace. Reflection begins with reviewing your actions. At the end of each day, take a few moments to ask yourself whether your choices aligned with your values. This is not about judgment, but about awareness. By assessing your actions with honesty, you learn where you succeeded and where you drifted from your ideals. Reflection helps you understand the motivations behind your behavior, allowing you to correct course and grow. Each review is an opportunity to make small adjustments, leading to a life that reflects your deepest principles. Evaluating your emotional responses is another key aspect of reflection. Strong emotions can cloud your judgment, causing you to act impulsively. Through reflection, you explore what triggered those emotions, helping you understand their roots. Were they based on fear, pride, or unmet expectations? This awareness creates space between stimulus and response, making it easier to remain calm in the future. When you uncover these emotional patterns, you reclaim control over your reactions, replacing impulsivity with thoughtful action. Reflection also involves identifying your attachments, the things you hold on to that create mental unrest. These can be people, outcomes, or ideas you feel dependent on for happiness. Through reflection, you recognize where these attachments exist and how they disturb your peace. Letting go becomes easier when you see how tightly held expectations limit your freedom. This practice reveals where you are placing your happiness outside of yourself and invites you to realign with inner contentment. Reflecting on challenges allows you to see them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Life is filled with difficulties, but reflection transforms them into lessons. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself what you learned and how you can apply that knowledge going forward. Every challenge contains wisdom when approached with curiosity. This shift in perspective helps you face future difficulties with resilience, knowing that even hardships contribute to your development. Stoic reflection encourages you to acknowledge your progress, however small it may seem. It is easy to focus on what remains undone or what could be better, but reflection teaches you to recognize and celebrate the steps you've already taken. This practice fosters self-compassion, reminding you that growth is gradual and peace is built step by step. By reflecting on your progress, you cultivate motivation and gratitude, reinforcing your path toward peace. Looking back at interactions with others through reflection helps you improve relationships. Were there moments where you could have listened more, spoken with kindness, or acted with patience? This practice allows you to identify patterns in how you relate to others, giving you the insight needed to cultivate healthier connections. Reflection helps you recognize where conflicts arise and how they can be resolved. Each interaction becomes an opportunity for learning, deepening your relationships over time. Reflection also invites you to examine your priorities. Are your daily actions aligned with what matters most to you, or are distractions pulling you off course? This process clarifies where your energy is being spent and whether it aligns with your values. Adjustments become easier when you are aware of where you've drifted. Reflection brings focus to what is essential, helping you let go of non-essential tasks and align your actions with your purpose. Practicing gratitude through reflection deepens your sense of peace. At the end of the day, consider what you are thankful for, the lessons learned, the people who supported you, or the moments of joy you experienced. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present. This practice creates a sense of fulfillment, reminding you that peace does not come from acquiring more, but from appreciating what already exists. Gratitude through reflection strengthens your ability to find contentment in every moment. Reflecting on how you spent your time helps you recognize where adjustments are needed. Time is one of the most valuable resources, yet it is often used carelessly. Through reflection, you assess whether your time was spent meaningfully or wasted on distractions. This awareness helps you make better decisions moving forward, ensuring that each day reflects your intentions. Reflection gives you the power to shape your future by aligning your time with what truly matters. Examining your thoughts through reflection allows you to identify mental habits that either support or hinder your peace. The mind often runs on autopilot, replaying worries or negative beliefs. By reflecting on these thoughts, you bring them into awareness, giving yourself the chance to challenge them. Are these thoughts true? Are they helpful? Reflection helps you replace harmful mental patterns with ones that nurture calmness and clarity, transforming your inner dialogue into a source of support rather than stress. Reflection also provides the clarity needed to set healthy boundaries. It shows you where you may be saying yes when you need to say no, or where certain commitments drain your energy. By reviewing your interactions and decisions, you learn to protect your peace without guilt. Setting boundaries becomes easier when you understand what matters most to you. Reflection empowers you to align your commitments with your values, creating space for rest and balance. Through reflection, you gain insight into your fears and how they influence your actions. Fear often operates beneath the surface, shaping decisions without your awareness. When you reflect on moments of hesitation or avoidance, you uncover the fears driving them. This awareness allows you to address those fears directly, reducing their power over you. Reflection teaches you that fear loses its grip when brought into the light of understanding. Looking back at moments of joy through reflection helps you recognize what brings you genuine happiness. These moments offer clues about what aligns with your values and passions. By identifying what truly nourishes your soul, you learn to prioritize those activities and experiences. Reflection helps you make intentional choices, ensuring that your life is filled with what matters most. This alignment brings a sense of peace, as your actions reflect what brings you joy. Reflection helps you understand where you are resisting change. Life is in constant motion, and resisting that flow creates tension. By reflecting on areas where you feel stuck, you uncover the thoughts and beliefs holding you back. Awareness of these mental blocks makes it easier to release them, allowing you to move forward with ease. Reflection teaches you that peace is found not in resisting change, but in embracing it with openness. Reflecting on your values clarifies your sense of purpose. When you take time to consider what matters most to you, your decisions become clearer. Reflection helps you align your actions with your values, reducing inner conflict. It provides a sense of direction, ensuring that your efforts contribute to what you care about. This alignment between values and actions nurtures a deep sense of peace as you live in harmony with yourself. Examining moments of conflict through reflection reveals patterns that can be changed. Conflict often arises from misunderstandings or unmet expectations. Reflection helps you see where communication could improve or where assumptions were made. By learning from these moments, you gain the tools to prevent similar conflicts in the future. Each conflict becomes an opportunity for growth, teaching you how to cultivate peace within relationships. Reflecting on how you handle setbacks builds resilience. Failure is inevitable, but how you respond to it shapes your peace. Reflection allows you to extract lessons from setbacks, transforming them into opportunities for growth. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to what can be learned. This mindset fosters resilience as you begin to see challenges as part of your journey rather than obstacles to your peace. Stoic reflection invites you to assess how you respond to success as well. Achievements can sometimes create pressure to maintain or surpass them, leading to stress. Reflection teaches you to enjoy success without becoming attached to it. By recognizing that achievements are part of a larger journey, you prevent them from becoming burdens. This practice allows you to celebrate your progress while staying grounded, maintaining peace along the way. Reflecting on your habits reveals where changes are needed to support your well-being. Habits shape your life, often without your conscious awareness. By reviewing your routines, you identify which habits contribute to your peace and which disrupt it. Reflection provides the clarity needed to create new habits aligned with your goals, ensuring that your daily actions reflect the life you want to live. Through Stoic reflection, you gain the ability to observe yourself without judgment. This practice fosters self-compassion as you learn to see yourself not as a finished product, but as a work in progress. Reflection teaches you that peace is not about perfection, but about understanding yourself deeply and choosing to grow. Each time you reflect with honesty and kindness, you strengthen your path toward inner peace, uncovering new insights that guide you forward. Reflection uncovers the areas where peace can grow, but releasing negativity is what allows that peace to stay. Carrying negativity is like dragging a heavy weight through life. It slows you down, clouds your mind, and pulls you away from joy. Stoicism offers practical ways to release the grip of negativity, freeing you to experience life with clarity and purpose. Joy is not about avoiding challenges, but about meeting them without the burden of negative thoughts or emotions. These Stoic secrets guide you in shedding negativity, helping you create the mental space needed for joy to naturally emerge. One essential step to releasing negativity is understanding that your judgments create emotional burdens. Events are not inherently good or bad. It is your interpretation that gives them weight. When you shift your focus from reacting to observing, you create distance between yourself and the emotions that follow. This space allows you to evaluate whether your judgments are useful or if they only serve to fuel negativity. By releasing unnecessary judgments, you lift a significant mental burden, creating room for peace and joy. Another Stoic insight involves setting realistic expectations for yourself and others. Much of the negativity in life comes from expecting things to unfold a certain way, only to feel disappointed when they don't. Adjusting your expectations to align with reality helps you accept outcomes with greater ease. When you let go of rigid expectations, you prevent frustration from taking root. This mindset brings a sense of freedom, allowing you to experience joy in what is, rather than feeling disappointed by what isn't. Detachment from outcomes plays a key role in releasing negativity. Life does not always follow your plans, and tying your happiness to specific results sets the stage for disappointment. When you learn to act with intention and let go of the need for particular outcomes, you protect your peace. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means caring deeply about your actions while trusting that whatever happens next is part of a larger process. This balance creates stability, leaving you less vulnerable to negative emotions when things go differently than expected. A powerful way to let go of negativity is by embracing impermanence. Everything in life, whether joyful or challenging, is temporary. Trying to hold on to what must pass or resisting change creates mental tension. Accepting impermanence teaches you to flow with life's changes rather than fight against them. In this acceptance, you learn to savor moments of joy without clinging to them and to endure difficulties knowing they will not last. This mindset creates resilience, allowing joy to re-enter even after challenging times. Gratitude is another effective tool for dissolving negativity. The mind has a tendency to focus on problems, often overlooking the good that exists alongside them. Practicing gratitude shifts your attention to what is going well, however small it may be. Each acknowledgement of something positive rewires your mind to see life more clearly, reducing the influence of negative thoughts. Gratitude does not ignore difficulties. It places them in perspective, reminding you that joy and hardship coexist, and both are part of life's experience. Letting go of comparisons is crucial for finding joy. Comparing yourself to others fosters envy, resentment, and dissatisfaction. Every person's journey is unique, and measuring your progress against someone else's is not only unfair, but unproductive. Stoicism teaches that the only comparison that matters is between who you are now and who you aim to become. Releasing comparisons brings freedom, as it allows you to focus on your personal growth without distraction. This shift opens the door to joy, as you begin to appreciate your own path rather than wishing for someone else's. Forgiveness is a transformative practice for releasing negativity. Holding on to anger or resentment weighs heavily on your mind, making joy difficult to access. Forgiveness does not mean excusing harmful actions. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional chains of the past. When you forgive, you release the grip that negativity has on you, creating space for peace to take its place. Forgiveness brings closure, allowing joy to return without the shadow of unresolved pain. Living in alignment with your values is another way to release negativity. Inner conflict arises when your actions do not reflect your beliefs, creating a sense of discontent. Stoicism encourages you to reflect on your values and act consistently with them. When your actions align with your principles, you experience a sense of harmony and fulfillment. This alignment reduces the mental noise that negativity creates, leaving more room for joy to flourish. Embracing simplicity helps you let go of the unnecessary burdens that contribute to negativity. Complexity often invites stress, as the mind becomes overwhelmed by too many tasks, commitments, or desires. Simplifying your life allows you to focus on what truly matters, eliminating distractions that drain your energy. A simpler life creates clarity, helping you see joy in the ordinary moments that often go unnoticed. This clarity nurtures a sense of peace, as your mind becomes free from unnecessary clutter. Learning to reframe challenges helps dissolve negativity and uncover joy even in difficult situations. Instead of viewing obstacles as problems, you can see them as opportunities to grow stronger. This shift in perspective allows you to meet adversity with curiosity rather than frustration. Reframing challenges transforms them from sources of stress into moments of learning, fostering resilience. The joy that comes from growth replaces the negativity that comes from resistance, teaching you that even difficulties can contribute to a fulfilling life. Developing self-compassion is essential for releasing the negativity that arises from self-criticism. The mind can be harsh when mistakes are made, often generating feelings of guilt or inadequacy. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. It helps you recognize that mistakes are part of being human and that growth comes through learning from them. This practice quiets the inner critic, replacing negativity with understanding. Joy emerges naturally when you are gentle with yourself, even during moments of failure. Stoicism also teaches the importance of selective attention, choosing where to focus your mental energy. Not every problem requires your attention, and not every negative thought deserves engagement. By practicing selective attention, you learn to let go of unhelpful thoughts and focus on what contributes to your peace. This habit reduces mental clutter, making it easier to access joy. Each time you choose to focus on the positive aspects of a situation, you strengthen your ability to cultivate joy even when circumstances are challenging. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, helping you release the negativity tied to the past or future. The mind often creates stress by revisiting old wounds or worrying about what lies ahead. Mindfulness brings you back to what is happening right now, where life unfolds. By engaging fully in the present moment, you interrupt the cycle of negative thinking, allowing joy to arise naturally. Mindfulness teaches you that peace is found not in avoiding negative thoughts, but in choosing not to dwell on them. Another way to release negativity is by practicing acceptance, acknowledging life as it is without resistance. Resistance creates mental friction as the mind fights against what it cannot change. Acceptance allows you to meet reality with grace, reducing the tension that negativity feeds on. This practice does not mean giving up, it means choosing peace over struggle. When you accept life's challenges as part of the journey, joy becomes more accessible, even in difficult moments. Cultivating patience helps you release negativity by teaching you to trust in the process of life. Impatience creates frustration as the mind demands immediate results. Patience teaches you to appreciate the unfolding of events, knowing that things will happen in their own time. This trust in life's timing reduces the stress that comes from rushing or forcing outcomes. Joy arises when you learn to enjoy the journey rather than fixating on the destination. Practicing kindness toward others helps dissolve negativity within yourself. Acts of kindness shift your focus outward, reducing the mental space available for negative thoughts. Each gesture of kindness, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect, fostering connection and positivity. Kindness nurtures joy because it reminds you that you have the power to brighten someone else's day. In giving joy to others, you also receive it. By integrating these Stoic practices into your life, you gradually release the negativity that weighs you down. Each choice to let go of judgment, embrace simplicity, cultivate patience, or practice kindness brings you closer to joy. Stoicism teaches that joy is not found in avoiding challenges, but in learning to meet them with wisdom, grace, and presence. As negativity fades, joy naturally fills the space it leaves behind, showing you that peace and fulfillment are always within reach. Joy takes root when negativity is released, but it blooms through the practice of gratitude. Stoic gratitude is not reserved for perfect moments. It is a way of engaging with life, recognizing the value in every experience, and shifting your focus from what is missing to what is present. Gratitude sharpens your awareness of life's small gifts and reframes challenges as opportunities for growth. In practicing gratitude daily, you create a steady source of joy that no circumstance can take away. This practice is not passive. It requires intention, attention, and a willingness to see beyond what is obvious. These principles guide you in cultivating joy through the art of Stoic gratitude, making each day richer and more meaningful. Recognizing the value in every experience begins with a shift in perception. Life offers a mix of good and difficult moments, and both hold lessons. Instead of labeling events as purely positive or negative, gratitude invites you to ask what each experience has given you. Joy arises from knowing that even setbacks contain wisdom. When you learn to value every moment, you free yourself from the need to control outcomes, creating space for peace and contentment. Starting each day by listing things you are grateful for helps set a positive tone. In the morning, the mind is fresh and open, making it the perfect time to cultivate gratitude. This habit does not require grand gestures. Small acknowledgements of daily blessings are enough. Whether it is the comfort of your bed, the food on your table, or the kindness of a friend, listing these things directs your attention to abundance. This practice grounds you in what is already present, reducing the urge to seek joy elsewhere. Appreciating setbacks as teachers is essential for deeper gratitude. Challenges are often viewed as disruptions, but they carry valuable lessons if approached with curiosity. Gratitude in tough moments does not mean ignoring difficulties. It means recognizing that every obstacle offers a chance to grow stronger. When you learn to appreciate setbacks, you transform them from sources of frustration into opportunities for self-improvement. This shift nurtures resilience as you begin to see life's challenges as essential parts of your journey. Shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have requires conscious effort. The mind is naturally drawn to gaps and deficiencies, creating a sense of dissatisfaction. Gratitude counters this tendency by redirecting your attention toward what is present. Instead of focusing on unfulfilled desires, gratitude teaches you to cherish the gifts already in your life. This habit fosters a mindset of contentment, showing you that joy is not found in acquiring more, but in appreciating what you already have. Using gratitude as a tool to combat negativity and comparison helps protect your peace. Comparing yourself to others drains joy, as it focuses on what you do not have rather than what you do. Gratitude shifts your attention inward, reminding you that your journey is unique and filled with its own blessings. This practice builds a sense of inner sufficiency, reducing the influence of envy and insecurity. As gratitude grows, joy naturally follows, creating a sense of fulfillment that is independent of external circumstances. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships by nurturing appreciation for the people around you. Acknowledging the kindness, support, and presence of others deepens your connections. Expressing gratitude, whether through words or actions, reinforces bonds and fosters mutual joy. This practice teaches you to value not only what people do for you, but also who they are. As relationships thrive on gratitude, the joy you give to others multiplies, creating a cycle of positivity. Developing a habit of gratitude shifts your perspective on daily life. Mundane tasks and routines, often overlooked, become opportunities for appreciation. Cleaning your home becomes a moment to value the space you have, and preparing a meal becomes a way to honor the nourishment you receive. This mindset transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy, enriching your experience of daily life. Gratitude invites you to be fully present in each moment. When you focus on what you are grateful for, your attention naturally anchors in the present. This presence reduces mental clutter, quieting thoughts about the past or future. By being present, you experience life more deeply, noticing beauty and joy in things that might otherwise go unnoticed. Gratitude aligns your awareness with the here and now, where joy resides. Practicing gratitude regularly helps you develop a resilient mindset. Life will present challenges, but gratitude provides a steady foundation that supports you through difficult times. When gratitude becomes a habit, it strengthens your ability to maintain perspective. Even in hardship, you learn to identify small blessings that keep your spirit uplifted. This resilience allows joy to coexist with struggle, teaching you that peace is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of gratitude. Gratitude nurtures a sense of abundance by reminding you that life is already full. In a world that encourages constant striving, gratitude teaches you to pause and appreciate what is enough. This practice helps you recognize that joy does not come from having everything, but from valuing what you have. Each moment of gratitude reinforces the belief that life's richness lies not in accumulation, but in appreciation. As this mindset takes root, joy becomes your natural state, independent of what you gain or lose. Using gratitude to release expectations fosters inner freedom. Expectations often create disappointment when reality falls short. Gratitude shifts your focus from what should be to what is, helping you accept life as it unfolds. This acceptance brings peace, as you no longer feel trapped by unmet expectations. Joy arises when you stop waiting for things to be perfect and begin appreciating them as they are. Gratitude also encourages humility by reminding you that life's gifts are not owed to you. Each blessing, whether large or small, is an opportunity to acknowledge the interconnectedness of life. Humility nurtures joy by helping you see that much of what brings happiness lies beyond your control. This awareness fosters a sense of awe and wonder, deepening your appreciation for the world around you. Practicing gratitude cultivates self-compassion by encouraging you to appreciate yourself. Acknowledging your efforts, progress, and strengths helps counteract self-criticism. This practice teaches you to treat yourself with kindness, recognizing that you are worthy of the same gratitude you extend to others. As self-compassion grows, joy follows, creating a sense of inner peace that radiates outward. Gratitude expands your capacity for joy by helping you notice life's small pleasures. It teaches you that joy does not depend on grand events, but can be found in simple moments. A breeze on a hot day, the sound of laughter, or a moment of stillness. Gratitude magnifies these experiences, enriching your life. As you become more attuned to small joys, your ability to sustain happiness grows, creating a life filled with meaningful moments. Through gratitude, you learn to release the fear of loss. When you focus on what you have, you reduce the anxiety of what might be taken away. This practice helps you savor life without clinging to it, knowing that joy lies in the experience itself, not in holding on to it. Gratitude teaches you to trust life's flow, finding peace in both gain and loss. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine transforms your relationship with time. Instead of rushing through the day, you begin to value each moment. Gratitude slows you down, encouraging mindfulness and presence. This shift allows you to experience time as a gift rather than a resource to manage. As you become more present, joy naturally arises, filling the spaces where stress once lived. Gratitude also enhances your emotional well-being by fostering a positive outlook. It shifts your focus from problems to possibilities, creating a mindset that seeks joy in every situation. This practice strengthens your ability to remain calm during challenges as you become more skilled at identifying the silver linings within difficulties. Joy becomes a choice, reinforced by the habit of gratitude. Using gratitude to reflect on your journey helps you appreciate how far you have come. Acknowledging your progress builds confidence and motivation, reinforcing your path forward. This practice teaches you that joy is not only found in reaching goals, but also in the process of growth. Each step, no matter how small, becomes a source of fulfillment. Gratitude creates a sense of harmony by aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with appreciation. It reduces inner conflict by shifting your focus from what is wrong to what is right. This alignment fosters peace as your mind becomes less preoccupied with negativity. As gratitude becomes your default response, Joy becomes your constant companion, enriching every aspect of your life. Gratitude reveals the joy woven into life's smallest moments, but silence is where that joy finds its depth. In the quiet, there is space to pause, to listen, and to recalibrate. Stoicism teaches that silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of clarity. It is a deliberate practice that creates room for thought, emotion, and insight to emerge without interruption. Through silence, you reconnect with yourself, allowing inner peace to surface. This practice is not passive. It is an active engagement with life, where words are chosen carefully and emotions are processed without haste. Silence becomes a tool for emotional strength, mental clarity, and wise action. Practicing intentional moments of silence each day brings balance to the mind. Life is noisy, filled with demands, distractions, and endless chatter. Silence offers a break from that chaos, creating a sanctuary where your thoughts can settle. Even a few minutes of quiet in the morning or before sleep can make a profound difference. These moments allow you to step out of the stream of activity and simply be, grounding yourself in the present. As silence becomes part of your routine, you discover a sense of calm that sustains you through the day. Using silence to process emotions prevents impulsive reactions that often lead to regret. When faced with strong emotions like anger or frustration, the urge to respond quickly can be overwhelming. Silence gives you the space to observe those emotions without acting on them immediately. In that pause, clarity arises, helping you understand what you are feeling and why. This practice allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, preserving both your peace and your relationships. Silence creates mental space to hear your inner wisdom. In the constant noise of modern life, your own voice can be drowned out by the opinions of others or the demands of daily tasks. Intentional silence provides the opportunity to reconnect with your intuition and values. In this stillness, insights often arise, solutions to problems, clarity about decisions, or simply a deeper understanding of yourself. This practice strengthens your ability to trust your inner guidance, bringing confidence and peace to your actions. Choosing silence over confrontation helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts. Not every disagreement requires a response, and silence can often be more powerful than words. When you withhold unnecessary comments, you create space for tempers to cool and perspectives to shift. Silence in moments of tension demonstrates self-control, signaling that you are not governed by your emotions. This choice preserves your energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters instead of engaging in fruitless arguments. Silent reflection builds emotional resilience by teaching you to sit with discomfort without running from it. Difficult emotions are part of life, but the habit of constant distraction prevents you from processing them fully. Silence invites you to confront those feelings with patience and courage. In sitting with discomfort, you learn that emotions, no matter how intense, are temporary. This practice strengthens your ability to remain calm in challenging situations, fostering a deeper sense of inner peace. Through silence, you develop a mindful awareness of your thoughts. The mind is constantly busy, generating thoughts that range from useful to irrelevant. Silence allows you to observe these thoughts without getting entangled in them. Over time, you learn to discern which thoughts deserve attention and which can be released. This clarity helps you manage mental noise, creating a quieter mind that is more receptive to joy and peace. Silence teaches humility by reminding you that not every opinion needs to be voiced. In conversations, the urge to prove yourself or control the narrative can create tension. Choosing to listen instead of speak shifts the focus from yourself to the other person. This practice fosters empathy, helping you understand others more deeply. It also reduces the need to dominate discussions, creating more meaningful connections and mutual respect. Regular moments of silence sharpen your awareness of the world around you. When you are silent, you notice details that are often missed in the rush of activity, the sound of the wind, the rhythm of your breath, or the expressions on a loved one's face. This heightened awareness enriches your experience of life, deepening your connection to the present moment. In this connection, joy becomes more accessible as you are fully engaged with what is happening right now. Silence also cultivates patience by teaching you to sit with unanswered questions. Life often presents uncertainties that cannot be resolved immediately. In silence, you learn to tolerate ambiguity without forcing conclusions. This patience brings peace as you release the need for immediate answers and trust that clarity will come in time. Each moment of waiting becomes an opportunity to strengthen your inner calm. Using silence as a response to provocation helps you maintain composure. When others act aggressively or unfairly, the instinct to retaliate can be strong. Silence, however, diffuses tension by refusing to escalate the situation. It communicates that you are in control of yourself, unaffected by the behavior of others. This self-discipline preserves your dignity and peace, allowing you to respond from a place of strength rather than weakness. The practice of silence helps you manage stress by providing mental rest. Constant engagement with information, conversations, and tasks can exhaust the mind. Silence offers a necessary pause, allowing your mind to reset. This rest restores your energy, making you more effective in your actions. It also enhances your ability to think clearly, reducing the overwhelm that often accompanies a busy life. Silence fosters gratitude by creating space for reflection. When the noise of daily life quiets, you become more aware of the blessings around you. These moments of awareness deepen your appreciation for simple things, a meal, a conversation, or a moment of peace. Gratitude arises naturally in silence as you have the mental space to notice and savor life's gifts. This practice strengthens your sense of joy, reminding you that fulfillment lies in recognizing what you already have. Through silence, you develop a deeper connection with nature. Nature operates in silence, offering lessons in patience, resilience, and harmony. Spending time in natural settings without speaking allows you to observe these lessons firsthand. Whether it is watching the movement of clouds or listening to the rustling leaves, these quiet moments ground you in the present. Nature's silence nurtures your own inner stillness, fostering peace and clarity. Silence helps you detach from the need for constant validation. In a world that encourages sharing every thought and achievement, silence offers a counterbalance. It teaches you that your worth is not dependent on external recognition. This detachment frees you from the pressure to perform or seek approval, allowing you to rest in the knowledge that you are enough as you are. In this state of acceptance, joy becomes more accessible. Practicing silence strengthens your ability to make thoughtful decisions. When faced with choices, rushing into action can lead to mistakes. Silence provides the space to consider your options carefully, weighing the consequences before deciding. This thoughtful approach reduces the likelihood of regret and fosters confidence in your choices. Each decision made from a place of clarity brings peace, reinforcing the habit of mindful action. Silence deepens your understanding of yourself by creating space for introspection. In the quiet, you have the opportunity to explore your thoughts, emotions, and motivations without distraction. This self-awareness helps you identify patterns that either support or hinder your well-being. As you become more attuned to your inner landscape, you gain the clarity needed to make adjustments and grow. This growth fosters peace as your actions become more aligned with your values. Through silence, you learn to appreciate the value of words. When words are used sparingly, they carry greater weight and meaning. Silence teaches you to speak with intention, choosing your words carefully and thoughtfully. This mindful communication strengthens your relationships as others feel heard and respected. It also reduces misunderstandings as your words reflect clarity and sincerity. Silence offers a path to forgiveness by creating space for healing. Holding on to resentment keeps the mind trapped in negativity. In silence, you have the opportunity to process these emotions and release them. Forgiveness does not mean excusing the past. It means freeing yourself from its hold. Through silence, you cultivate the peace needed to let go, making room for joy to return. Incorporating silence into your routine transforms your relationship with time. Instead of rushing through the day, you learn to move with intention, savoring each moment. Silence slows you down, allowing you to experience life more fully. This shift creates a sense of spaciousness, where joy can arise naturally. As you become more comfortable with silence, you discover that it is not empty. It is filled with insight, peace, and possibility. Silence reveals truths that are often buried beneath noise, but emotional detachment allows those truths to guide your life without interference. Emotions are powerful but fleeting. They surge, subside, and transform. When left unchecked, they pull you in every direction, affecting your thoughts, actions, and sense of peace. Developing emotional detachment does not mean suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. It is about understanding that emotions do not define you and learning to engage with them wisely. With detachment, you become a calm observer of your inner world, free from emotional entanglements. This practice opens the door to lasting peace as you reclaim your power over what affects your mind and heart. Understanding that emotions are temporary helps you ride through them without becoming overwhelmed. No emotion, whether joy or sadness, stays forever. By accepting this truth, you reduce the need to cling to positive emotions or fear negative ones. Life flows through waves of emotion, and emotional detachment teaches you to welcome each wave without resistance. In this way, you experience emotions fully, knowing they will pass, just as the sun sets and rises again. Observing emotions without judgment creates space for clarity. Often, emotions are accompanied by self-criticism, believing that certain emotions are bad or that you should not feel a certain way. Detachment encourages you to let emotions be what they are without labeling them. By observing rather than reacting, you learn to understand your emotions rather than fear them. This understanding helps you respond to situations thoughtfully, maintaining peace even when emotions run high. Detaching from the need for constant emotional highs frees you from the cycle of craving and disappointment. Many people chase moments of excitement, believing that happiness lies in the next thrill. However, this pursuit often leaves you feeling empty when the high fades. Emotional detachment teaches you to appreciate life's quieter moments, finding contentment without relying on external stimulation. This shift allows you to experience steady joy, independent of fleeting highs and lows. Recognizing that peace comes from within, not from external events, transforms your outlook. It is easy to believe that peace will come when circumstances improve, when you achieve a goal or avoid a challenge. But Stoicism reveals that peace is not tied to conditions outside of you. It is a state of mind cultivated through your thoughts and choices. Emotional detachment helps you center yourself, ensuring that your peace remains steady regardless of what happens around you. Using Stoic techniques to release attachments that cause suffering is essential for inner freedom. Attachments often develop when you believe your happiness depends on specific outcomes, people, or possessions. These attachments create anxiety as you fear losing what you hold dear. Detachment allows you to engage with life fully without becoming bound to it. You still care, but you no longer cling. This mindset liberates you, bringing peace that cannot be shaken by loss or change. Practicing emotional detachment strengthens your relationships by reducing expectations. When you release the need for others to behave a certain way to make you happy, you free them and yourself from unnecessary pressure. This creates space for authentic connection, where love and respect flourish without conditions. Detachment does not mean withdrawing from relationships. It means engaging with others while respecting their autonomy and your own peace. Emotional detachment also reduces the power of external validation over your self-worth. In a world that often ties value to recognition and approval, it is easy to become dependent on others' opinions. Detachment teaches you to find worth within yourself, regardless of praise or criticism. This inner confidence nurtures peace, as you no longer feel the need to prove yourself. You become grounded, knowing that your value is inherent, not conditional. Through detachment, you learn to let go of resentment and forgive more easily. Holding on to anger or bitterness ties you emotionally to past events, keeping you trapped in negativity. Detachment helps you release these emotions, not for the sake of others, but for your own peace. Forgiveness becomes easier when you no longer need others to make amends for you to feel free. In letting go, you lighten your emotional burden, creating room for joy to return. Developing detachment cultivates resilience as it teaches you to accept change without resistance. Life is unpredictable, and clinging to the way things were only creates suffering. Detachment allows you to flow with life's changes, embracing new chapters without fear. This flexibility strengthens your ability to adapt, ensuring that peace remains within your reach no matter what unfolds. Resilience becomes your anchor, keeping you steady in the midst of uncertainty. Emotional detachment enhances your ability to make clear decisions. When emotions cloud your judgment, choices become reactive rather than thoughtful. Detachment gives you the space to consider options calmly, ensuring that your decisions align with your values and goals. This clarity reduces regret, as your actions reflect reasoned thinking rather than impulsive emotion. With detachment, you make choices that support your long-term well-being, not just momentary relief. The practice of detachment helps you release fear, especially the fear of failure or rejection. Fear often arises from the belief that certain outcomes define your worth. Detachment reminds you that no single event determines your value. Each experience, whether successful or not, is part of your growth. By letting go of the need for specific results, you free yourself from fear's grip. This freedom allows you to take bold steps, knowing that your peace does not depend on what happens next. Detachment also nurtures contentment by teaching you to appreciate life as it is. When you are constantly reaching for something more, you overlook the beauty of what is already present. Detachment shifts your focus from striving to being, helping you find satisfaction in each moment. This contentment arises from within, independent of external achievements. As you embrace what is, rather than what could be, peace becomes your natural state. Through detachment, you develop emotional stability, remaining calm even when others are not. People around you may experience emotional turbulence, and it is easy to absorb their energy if you are not grounded. Detachment allows you to empathize without becoming overwhelmed, ensuring that you maintain your center. This stability fosters healthier relationships, as you offer support without losing yourself in others' emotions. Emotional detachment also reduces the impact of disappointments. When things do not go as planned, it is natural to feel let down, but detachment helps you accept outcomes without frustration. It teaches you that setbacks are part of life's flow, not personal failures. This acceptance brings peace, as you learn to meet challenges with grace rather than resistance. Detachment transforms disappointments into moments of learning and growth. Detachment encourages you to embrace simplicity, reducing the complexity that emotional entanglements create. When you are not weighed down by unnecessary emotions or expectations, life becomes lighter. You learn to enjoy what is straightforward and meaningful, freeing yourself from the complications that arise from attachment. This simplicity nurtures joy as your mind becomes clear and focused on what truly matters. Practicing detachment fosters independence as you rely less on external circumstances for happiness. This independence empowers you to live authentically, guided by your values rather than societal pressures. Detachment strengthens your sense of self, ensuring that your actions align with who you are, not who others expect you to be. This authenticity brings peace, as you no longer feel the need to conform or please others at the expense of your well-being. Through detachment, you learn to manage stress more effectively. Stress often arises from the fear of losing control over situations. Detachment reminds you that control is an illusion. What matters is how you respond. By focusing on your actions rather than outcomes, you reduce stress and cultivate inner peace. This shift helps you navigate life's demands with ease, knowing that your peace is not tied to circumstances. Detachment also deepens your practice of mindfulness, as it encourages you to engage with each moment without clinging to it. You learn to experience life fully, knowing that every moment is temporary. This mindfulness nurtures peace, as it aligns you with the present rather than pulling you into the past or future. With detachment, each moment becomes an opportunity to practice gratitude and presence. Developing emotional detachment helps you release the pressure to be perfect. Perfectionism creates unnecessary stress, as it ties your self-worth to flawless performance. Detachment teaches you to embrace imperfections as part of being human. This acceptance reduces the weight of expectations, allowing you to enjoy life more freely. Peace arises when you let go of the need to be perfect, knowing that your value lies in being, not in doing. In practicing emotional detachment, you discover that lasting peace is not a destination, but a state of being. It is found not in the absence of emotion, but in the ability to engage with emotions wisely. Detachment gives you the freedom to feel deeply without becoming lost in those feelings. As you develop this skill, peace becomes your companion, steady and unshakable, guiding you through life with clarity and grace. Detachment brings freedom from emotional burdens, but handling criticism and judgment with grace refines that freedom. Criticism, whether fair or unjust, is an inevitable part of life. How you respond to it determines whether you grow stronger or become consumed by insecurity. Stoicism teaches that criticism is not a threat, but an opportunity, a chance to build humility, sharpen self-awareness, and strengthen inner calm. Handling judgment with poise ensures that your peace is not disturbed by external voices. These practices help you navigate criticism wisely, turning every comment into a tool for personal development and emotional resilience. Viewing criticism as an opportunity for growth shifts your perspective from defensiveness to curiosity. Instead of taking feedback personally, you begin to see it as information that can help you improve. Whether the criticism is gentle or harsh, it offers a glimpse into how others perceive your actions. This insight becomes valuable when approached with an open mind. You learn to ask, "What can I take from this?" rather than resisting it. Over time, this mindset makes you more adaptable as you welcome opportunities for learning rather than fearing judgment. Separating constructive feedback from personal attacks helps you engage with criticism without feeling attacked. Not all criticism is meant to help. Some is rooted in negativity. The ability to discern between helpful feedback and harmful comments ensures that you take in only what serves your growth. Constructive criticism provides specific guidance, while personal attacks are often vague and emotionally charged. When you separate the two, you protect your peace by focusing on what matters and dismissing what does not. Accepting that you cannot control others' opinions frees you from the constant need for approval. People's judgments reflect their own perceptions, shaped by their experiences, biases, and moods. No matter how carefully you act, you cannot dictate how others will interpret your behavior. This acceptance brings relief as you learn to let go of the impossible task of controlling how you are perceived. With this freedom, you focus on living authentically rather than chasing approval. Using criticism to develop humility shifts your focus from pride to self-improvement. Criticism reveals areas where growth is possible, humbling you by showing that there is always room to improve. Humility helps you recognize that feedback, even when difficult to hear, can guide you toward becoming a better version of yourself. This practice nurtures personal growth, as you welcome the lessons hidden within criticism without feeling diminished by them. Criticism also deepens self-awareness by highlighting blind spots you may not see on your own. When others point out flaws or mistakes, it provides an opportunity to reflect honestly on your actions. This awareness strengthens your understanding of yourself, helping you make intentional changes. Criticism becomes a mirror, revealing not just areas for improvement, but also your strengths. This balanced perspective builds confidence as you grow more aware of who you are and who you want to become. Staying calm and grounded in the face of judgment demonstrates emotional resilience. Criticism often triggers defensiveness or insecurity, making it easy to react impulsively. Stoicism teaches that calmness is a choice, not a reaction. When you remain centered, you respond to criticism thoughtfully rather than emotionally. This practice protects your peace, ensuring that others' words do not shake your stability. Each time you choose calm over reactivity, you strengthen your inner composure. Criticism teaches the value of listening with an open mind. Even harsh feedback can contain a nugget of truth if you are willing to listen carefully. By setting aside defensiveness, you create space to understand the perspective behind the words. This openness fosters growth as you engage with feedback as a learning experience rather than a personal attack. The ability to listen without judgment strengthens relationships as it shows respect for others' opinions. Handling judgment gracefully requires detachment from praise as well as criticism. Both positive and negative feedback can influence your emotions if you attach too much importance to them. Detachment teaches you to appreciate praise without becoming dependent on it and to accept criticism without being discouraged by it. This balanced approach nurtures inner peace as your self-worth becomes grounded in your values rather than external validation. Responding to criticism with kindness diffuses tension and transforms conflict into dialogue. When criticized, the instinct is often to retaliate or defend yourself, but responding with kindness shifts the dynamic, inviting constructive conversation instead of confrontation. This approach builds emotional strength as it shows that your peace is not easily disturbed. Kindness in the face of criticism also strengthens relationships, fostering mutual respect even in disagreement. Reflecting on criticism helps you identify patterns in feedback. If similar points arise from different sources, it may indicate an area worth improving. Recognizing these patterns allows you to address issues proactively, turning feedback into actionable insights. This practice encourages personal growth as you continuously refine your actions based on meaningful input. The ability to recognize patterns also enhances self-awareness, deepening your understanding of how you are perceived by others. Choosing not to engage with unfair criticism protects your mental space. Not every judgment deserves your attention, and some feedback is rooted in negativity rather than truth. Learning to discern when to engage and when to let go preserves your peace. This practice teaches you that silence can be more powerful than defense, as it reflects self-control and confidence. Each time you choose not to engage with unhelpful criticism, you strengthen your ability to focus on what truly matters. Criticism provides an opportunity to practice forgiveness, both toward yourself and others. When criticized, it is easy to become harsh with yourself or resentful toward the critic. Forgiveness allows you to release these emotions, creating space for peace to return. By forgiving yourself for mistakes, you cultivate self-compassion. By forgiving others for their harsh words, you free yourself from bitterness. This practice ensures that criticism does not linger as a source of pain, but becomes a stepping stone to growth. Stoicism teaches that criticism, whether fair or not, is part of life's flow. Just as praise comes and goes, so does judgment. Learning to meet both with equanimity ensures that your peace is not tied to others' opinions. This practice aligns you with the flow of life, teaching you to accept feedback without clinging to it. Each moment of criticism becomes an opportunity to practice acceptance, reinforcing your inner calm. Criticism also offers the chance to practice gratitude. While criticism is rarely pleasant, it often contains lessons that contribute to your growth. By appreciating the insights within feedback, you transform criticism from a source of discomfort into a gift. This gratitude nurtures resilience as you begin to see every challenge as an opportunity for learning. Each time you practice gratitude for feedback, you strengthen your ability to grow with grace. Handling criticism thoughtfully strengthens your character, building emotional resilience. Each time you respond with patience, kindness, or silence, you reinforce habits that support inner peace. These habits become second nature over time, shaping the way you engage with the world. Stoic practices teach that peace is not found in avoiding criticism, but in meeting it with wisdom. Each encounter with judgment becomes a chance to grow, deepening your understanding of yourself and others. Embracing criticism with humility and curiosity transforms it from a threat into a teacher. This mindset ensures that you remain open to growth, even in difficult moments. With practice, criticism becomes less intimidating and more insightful. As you develop the habit of welcoming feedback, you cultivate a mindset of lifelong learning. This openness to growth ensures that your peace remains intact, regardless of what others say. Handling judgment requires the courage to stay true to yourself. Not every critic will understand your values or choices, and that is okay. Stoicism teaches that living according to your principles is more important than pleasing everyone. This practice strengthens your sense of self, ensuring that your actions align with your values rather than external expectations. Each time you remain true to yourself in the face of criticism, you reinforce your inner peace. Navigating criticism with wisdom ensures that you grow from every encounter. Each piece of feedback, whether welcomed or not, becomes a tool for refining your actions. By engaging with criticism thoughtfully, you transform challenges into opportunities for development. This practice nurtures resilience as you learn to meet judgment with grace rather than fear. Over time, criticism becomes less about proving yourself and more about improving yourself. Stoicism reveals that peace is found not in avoiding judgment, but in learning how to handle it skillfully. Each practice, whether it is detaching from praise, responding with kindness, or reflecting on feedback, strengthens your ability to navigate criticism with grace. As these habits take root, your peace becomes unshakable, grounded in self-awareness and humility. Each moment of criticism becomes an opportunity to grow, deepening your understanding of yourself and reinforcing your inner calm. Navigating criticism teaches resilience, but learning to handle uncertainty with grace brings freedom. Life does not provide guarantees, and the unexpected often disrupts plans. Stoic wisdom invites you to engage with this reality, not with resistance, but with acceptance. Embracing the unknown allows you to move forward without fear, focusing on what you can control and releasing what you cannot. This shift nurtures inner calm, even in turbulent times. When you stop trying to predict or control the future, you make space for peace in the present, trusting that life unfolds as it should. Applying Stoic principles helps you live gracefully amid uncertainty, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and clarity. Acknowledging that life is unpredictable frees you from the need to know what comes next. Uncertainty is not an obstacle, but a natural part of existence. Every day carries the possibility of surprise, both welcome and unwelcome. Stoicism teaches that peace is found not in avoiding uncertainty, but in accepting it as part of the journey. This acceptance creates mental space, easing the tension that arises from needing things to be certain. When you align yourself with the unpredictability of life, you become more adaptable, prepared to meet whatever comes with grace. Focusing on actions rather than outcomes ensures that your energy is spent wisely. Outcomes are beyond your control, but your efforts are within your reach. This distinction is central to Stoic wisdom. By focusing on what you can do in each moment, you reduce anxiety about the future. Success, then, is not defined by results, but by the integrity of your actions. Each step taken with intention builds resilience, helping you stay grounded regardless of what follows. With this mindset, uncertainty loses its power to create fear. Finding comfort in knowing you have done your best nurtures peace. There will always be factors outside your influence, but taking meaningful action within your control provides assurance. This inner confidence replaces the need for perfection as you learn to appreciate effort over outcomes. Even when results differ from your hopes, the knowledge that you gave your best effort brings fulfillment. This practice cultivates self-compassion as you recognize that peace is not found in flawless execution, but in the sincerity of your efforts. Avoiding overthinking by accepting things as they are reduces mental clutter. The mind has a tendency to dwell on possibilities, replaying scenarios that may never happen. This habit creates stress, pulling you away from the present. Stoicism teaches that accepting what is, rather than what could be, quiets the mind. By focusing on reality as it stands, you free yourself from the burden of unnecessary speculation. This clarity allows you to respond to life with wisdom, making decisions grounded in what is rather than what might be. Trusting the flow of life without forcing control cultivates peace. Many conflicts arise from the need to manipulate outcomes or steer events in a desired direction. Stoic wisdom encourages you to release this need, trusting that life follows its own course. This trust does not mean passivity. It means engaging with life without attachment to specific results. When you trust the flow of life, you learn to respond rather than force. allowing things to unfold naturally. This mindset brings calm as you align yourself with the rhythms of life rather than fighting against them. Handling uncertainty with grace also means embracing change without resistance. Change is inevitable, yet the instinct to resist it often leads to frustration. Stoicism teaches that change, like uncertainty, is not something to fear, but something to accept. Each change presents an opportunity to grow, whether it is planned or unexpected. When you meet change with openness, you expand your capacity for resilience. This practice ensures that you remain grounded, even when life takes unexpected turns. Living in the present moment reduces the stress that comes from uncertainty. The future is unknown, but the present is where life happens. Stoicism encourages you to engage fully with what is before you, rather than worrying about what lies ahead. This engagement deepens your experience as you focus your attention on what matters now. The present moment becomes a refuge, offering peace in the face of the unknown. As you cultivate presence, uncertainty loses its ability to disturb your mind. Gratitude for the unknown nurtures trust in life. While uncertainty can feel unsettling, it also carries the potential for new opportunities and experiences. Each unknown moment holds the promise of something unexpected and meaningful. By practicing gratitude for what is yet to come, you shift your focus from fear to possibility. This shift creates a sense of excitement as you learn to embrace the mystery of life rather than resist it. With gratitude, uncertainty becomes a source of wonder, opening you to life's endless possibilities. Stoicism also teaches the importance of preparing without attachment. While you cannot predict the future, you can take steps to be ready for whatever comes. Preparation provides a sense of stability as you equip yourself for challenges without clinging to specific outcomes. This practice ensures that you act with foresight, yet remain flexible. By preparing without attachment, you cultivate a mindset that is both proactive and adaptable, ready to meet uncertainty with calm and grace. Resilience grows when you learn to see uncertainty as a teacher. Every unpredictable moment offers a lesson, whether it is in patience, acceptance, or creativity. Stoic wisdom encourages you to approach these moments with curiosity rather than resistance. Each lesson learned strengthens your ability to navigate the unknown, turning uncertainty from a source of fear into a tool for growth. With each encounter, you become more resilient, finding peace in the process of learning. Self-compassion helps you navigate uncertainty without harshness. It is easy to become frustrated with yourself when plans change or outcomes fall short. Stoicism teaches that being kind to yourself is essential during uncertain times. Self-compassion allows you to acknowledge challenges without self-judgment, ensuring that you meet each moment with patience. This practice creates emotional space, making it easier to remain calm and centered, even when life feels unstable. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of flexibility in handling uncertainty. Rigid expectations create stress, as life rarely conforms to exact plans. Flexibility allows you to adapt to changes without losing your peace. This mindset helps you respond creatively to challenges, finding new paths when old ones are blocked. Flexibility nurtures resilience, as it ensures that you remain open to possibilities rather than fixated on specific outcomes. Each moment of adaptation strengthens your inner calm. Learning to release attachment to outcomes fosters freedom. When your happiness depends on specific results, you become vulnerable to disappointment. Stoicism teaches that peace is found in the process, not the outcome. By focusing on your actions and releasing the need for particular results, You free yourself from the burden of expectations. This practice nurtures joy as you learn to appreciate each step of the journey without waiting for a final destination. Engaging with uncertainty teaches you to let go of control without giving up responsibility. While you cannot control every event, you are responsible for how you respond. Stoicism encourages you to focus on your sphere of influence, taking meaningful action where you can. This balance between action and acceptance ensures that you remain engaged with life without becoming overwhelmed. Each choice to act with intention strengthens your ability to handle uncertainty with grace. Stoicism also nurtures patience, helping you wait with peace when outcomes are unclear. Uncertainty often creates impatience as the mind seeks resolution. Learning to wait without frustration cultivates inner calm, teaching you that life unfolds in its own time. Patience helps you trust the process, knowing that clarity will come when it is meant to. Each moment of waiting becomes an opportunity to practice presence, deepening your sense of peace. Embracing uncertainty strengthens your connection to life's flow. Just as rivers change course and seasons shift, life moves in cycles. Stoicism teaches you to align with these cycles rather than resist them. This alignment brings harmony as you learn to move with life rather than against it. Each moment becomes an invitation to dance with the unknown, trusting that every step is part of a larger rhythm. With this trust, peace becomes your constant companion. Handling uncertainty with grace ensures that you remain open to possibilities. When you release the need for certainty, you create space for unexpected blessings. Life often surprises you with opportunities you never anticipated. By staying open, you invite these opportunities into your life, ensuring that you experience its richness. This openness nurtures joy as you learn to welcome the unknown with gratitude and curiosity. Through Stoic wisdom, uncertainty becomes a path to inner strength. Each unpredictable moment challenges you to grow, offering lessons in patience, resilience, and acceptance. Handling uncertainty with grace ensures that you remain calm and centered, regardless of what life brings. With each encounter, you build a foundation of peace, grounded in the knowledge that you are capable of meeting the unknown with wisdom and courage. As you apply these principles, uncertainty transforms from a source of fear into a gateway to peace and fulfillment. Peace isn't found by chance, it's cultivated through intentional practice. Stoicism teaches us that real peace comes not from avoiding challenges, but from transforming how we respond to life's unpredictability. Embrace uncertainty with grace, let go of attachments that cause suffering, and learn the power of gratitude in every experience. Detachment and silence become your allies, grounding you when emotions run high or external noise seeks to pull you off course. Criticism becomes a tool for growth, and through reflection, you uncover deeper clarity. Every moment, whether joyful or difficult, becomes a chance to practice acceptance and align with your true self. Peace, as the Stoics reveal, is not found outside of you. It emerges from the wisdom of your daily actions, your ability to release control, and the discipline of living in the present. If these Stoic principles resonated with you, drop a comment below. Share which one spoke to you the most, or how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights could spark someone else's journey toward peace. And if you're ready for more content that empowers you to live intentionally, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Let's walk this path together, building stronger minds and calmer hearts.